That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to another possibly horrific live stream. Yes, thank you for monitoring the stream, whichever one of you guys is trying to do that with us today. Our paranormal, I was going to say experts, but we're not. So, our paranormal people, Cyrus Sahukar, Cyril Diabrio, bro. Suresh, Menon.
Hoezaay,
So we just make weird, scary sounds for the first 10 minutes. Right. Was that a bird speaking? He said maka. Anyway, everybody's good. You guys feeling good about tonight? Worried?
I'm inherently negative.
We wake up like that these days.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we start, we should just do. I just wanted to do a little bit of introspecting. Somebody was arguing on the Discord server that I deleted the previous Ghost Stories episode because something controversial happened. Guys, we don't have that many subscribers, so controversial things don't happen here. But I just want to say, I'm sorry about the previous stream. I had to gulp a little bit. I genuinely am. I watched it back and I realized I was being extremely rude to everyone, pretty much. Cyril, you can fuck off. But no, so that was actually the reason I deleted, because I felt like the vibe was not good. It was a bit negative. Like Sa was saying, I was feeling, we were all a bit angsty. So that is the real story about what happened. And
during which stream? Yes, the love story.
I don't want to get into it.
Because quite frankly, I find you pretty offensive.
No, all the time. It's 24/7.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
Nothing. I'm sorry I brought this up. So from here on, Suresh, my apologies to you also for sending you those late night angry messages. I'm just kidding. I didn't do that.
But Hoezaay, what is the thin line? What is the thin line between honesty and what you call rude?
Here's the line. Oh yeah, that's debatable, of course. So so the sorry comes with a bit of a disclaimer, but let's move on swiftly and try not to bring too much attention to that. And from here on, we'll have no, look, man, this is a serious discussion. When I was doing the live streams, okay, with all of us interrupting and saying our bits, like our nervous bits when we're scared of the ghosts.
Anyway, so Suresh, what's going on, man? I'm sorry, Hoezaay. Is that what it felt like?
So Cyril's very good with his timing, guys, and that's
Cyril
one of his greatest talents.
Yeah. The only difference was Cyril Diabs was not cut while telling anybody about one of the most emotional stories of his life. Which Hoezaay, I feel that
I'm talking about ghost stories.
I was talking about my childhood trauma situation, and you said, okay, now, and you cut it, bro.
Venchit, here's the mistake I made by speaking about this. But anyway, point is, from when we did the live streams, right? People were like, "What is this? Yeah, fucking you guys are talking between and blah blah blah." So then I said, "Okay, chalo, iska edit banate." Made an edit. Now like, why the fuck aren't you guys talking in between? So they're just really confused, just like us, and they're trying to figure things out.
They also like us, bro. They don't know what's happening.
So from here on, the live streams will continue, and there will be a dead stream edit also with just the ghost stories for people who don't want to hear the banter and stuff. For me personally, I feel like the banter is where it's at, is where the vibe's at. Yeah. So let's begin, guys. Round of applause. Cyrus Sahukar, Suresh Menon, Cyril Diabrio, and Harami Chat, thank you for joining us. We've already got somebody saying, Rajdeep says, "Hey Hoezaay, please let me in. I have a medical horror story." We'll start a fresh stream for that. A medical issue and a horror story. I'm not sure how this works.
What's that sound?
Yeah. Cyrus is setting the mood. Cyrus, you know what happened, right? People are like, "We want Cyrus.
You know what you've done? You know what you did, Hoezaay? At 3 occasions, and Harami Chat, please tell me if I'm wrong. At 3 occasions last time, I wanted to tell my story, and at 3 occasions, I was cut off inappropriately. And now you built this shit up so much that I'm nervous and I've forgotten what I want to talk about.
For the viewer, there was a viewer on, we couldn't give him your slot. This is like the vaccine issue then, na?
Bro, I had my story planned. I was in the mood. Now I'm underconfident. I'm going through self-doubt. I don't even think it's scary anymore, but I can still tell it.
But go for it. Mahal banate. We'll start with Cyrus's story, and then people are already in the waiting room. You know what to do. Everything's in the description of this video. Please go give some love. Look at the artwork, guys. Have you seen the artwork?
Amazing.
Amazing.
You know,
Cyril, you started making fun
it
of
just
it.
gets my faith back in
No,
life.
I'm not. See, this is what I'm talking about, Hoezaay. You're not reading the right emotion.
Cyril,
out here. We're such sincere people out here, and you're just like selling us out to the Harami chat like that.
saw
It's
you.
ridiculous.
Do you know, apparently, if you get a lot of Botox done, right, you can't read other people's emotions.
Oh,
Did you know this?
Yeah.
So you don't know what the fuck they're
But
saying.
if they get the Botox now,
No, if supposing I got
both
Botox
sides.
and you're sad, I can't read whether you're sad or not. I can't read your emotions.
So, Cyrus, are you saying Hoezaay's got Botox?
I thought it would be the other way around. Anyway, okay.
Get instant appointment confirmation.
What is going on there?
Suresh, you're trying to book an appointment right now in the middle of the stream? What's going on?
Anyway, I wanted to talk to my doctor.
So let's go with it. Cyrus, the stage is yours.
Right, man. There are two stories, and I would like to tell both during the course of this series. Things that unnerve me deeply. Both are not mine. Would you like to know Gopa's story? He was a young choreographer. And something happened to him in Himachal Pradesh. Or would you like to know about when I was shooting with a sound artist and he told me a story which was very fucking unnerving. Something that if I go back to even now, it creeps me out.
Oh, I'm pressing 2.
Option.
Press 1 for the first story.
Two.
Press 2 for the second. I've pressed 2. Let me just press 2.
I've written 2 in the chat even.
2 in the chat. Sir, please, second one. So you got scared, but that's enough for us.
So the second one?
Yes.
Not the Gopa story. I'll tell the Gopa story later and I'll start with this one. No, man, I'm fucking not in the mood to talk at the end of the stream. I'm scared and I then have to cuddle myself to sleep. It demands... Cyril, bro.
Sorry.
I'll get this, Cyrus. I'll get it.
Bro, boundaries. We talked about relationship boundaries.
थोड़ा सा बैठिए साइड पे सारिस जी आपका मौका है प्लीज आप शुरू
to Cyrus.
Everybody on the stream, I want you guys to just listen really carefully, turn the volume up. This is exactly what happened years ago. If you go to Himachal Pradesh and you go to Old Manali, there is a Hidimba ka mandir. Okay, it is a very famous mandir, and they have goats cut heads all across because as a way to sacrifice for the Hidimba goddess. Now, about half a kilometer away from that, there's a very, very famous house called Dimelo House. It's if you go to Old Manali and ask anybody about it, they'll all tell you it's a mansion. It's one of the most beautiful homes ever. They've been there for about 450 years. This story was told to the sound artist. He's from Himachal. I was shooting a travel show there many years ago. And this family was an old Christian family, and they had stables, horse stables and whatnot, a lot of land. And there was a boy from the village whose parents died under very strange circumstances. And he was adopted by this family. This used to happen pretty often in the earlier days. And he grew up in this household, and he was always treated like a boy who just has to run errands or grow up in the house and do stuff. And this family had a lot of drama and issues, and they were often known to cheat people. There was a lot of power that they yielded. Apparently, one woman once cursed them because her husband died as a worker in their factory, and wished them deep bad luck. And progressively from that time onwards, everybody just started dying. Someone died of a car accident, someone fell off a mountain, some other shit happened. And this boy, who was just an innocent adopted boy, grew up as almost like a servant to these people, cleaning their car and all that. But he was mostly responsible for the grandmother. The grandmother was the head of the family. She was this lady who was quite harsh and cruel and used to wear a ruby ring. Little by little, everybody died, and her only son, he left. He went away to Russia. He moved with his family over there, and she was left alone with this boy in this massive house. Because it was so large, they actually shut and sealed this house off and moved into the guest house, which is a 4-bedroom little cottage in the corner of the garden. And this boy looked after her, did everything for her. She was abusive, screaming, used to have rants, used to take care of her. Little by little, the resentment in him also started rounding up. Okay, but he also thought that she'll look after him, she'll leave him something. And they had this big red ruby ring, which was the family coat of arms. And he was always looking at it, always obsessed with it. One day she actually passed away, and he found out that she left him nothing. So he was absolutely homeless at about 26. He had no money, he had nothing, and they kicked him out of the property, and he was left absolutely alone. And joined this guy, the sound artist, who was also from Himachal, and started working with him. But he had a lot of aggression. Every time he'd hit the bottle in the night, he'd just start talking about the anger he had towards her and the wrath. One night, he got so wrathful and angry. He said, man, that woman used to always wear this damn ruby ring. And when they buried her with it. I'm going to go get my damn ruby ring. And they got drunk. They went, if you go to Himachal, there's an old graveyard. It is the family. They have a huge plot, which is just for their family. This guy was shivering, okay, the sound artist, but he was with his friend in the middle of the night just to control him and think he's not going to go mad. They went to the graveyard. The friend lost his mind, started saying, I'm going to dig her up and get the ring. The sound artist said, I can't be part of this shit, man. I'm getting the fuck out of here. He left. This guy started digging. Apparently, he found the ring, but the body had rigor mortis, so it had cramped like that. There was no flesh, obviously, on the bones. So he snapped off her finger. Never saw the guy for another 6 months. Met him 6 months later again in a place now down in Manali, right? He was working for a ski instructor. He was working as a ski instructor. And unnervingly, this guy had that ring on. And this guy said, dude, did you do this? He said, dude, I did it. You're my best friend. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Always angry, always aggressive. Shit went down. They started shooting a documentary in 2013 for a British company. It got super rainy one night and they lost their way, right? They lost their way because the Pagdandis in the mountains, when the clouds descend, you can't even tell where you're going. And this is in 1989, 1990. There was no cell phone shit. And they reached a small little house. There was a light there. It was raining. They rang the doorbell and an old lady opened the door. And he said, ma'am, can I please make a phone call because I don't know where I am. I need to call the unit. They'll send a car and they'll pick me up. And she said, sure, beta, come in. This sound artist was waiting outside. This boy went in. He called them up and he was sitting. And she said, would any of you boys like some soup? And they said, yeah, auntie, thank you so much. And they're having soup. And while they were having soup, he noticed in this lady, she had something, she was just staring at him. Smiling and staring. And he was having his soup, and slowly while she took a sip of his soup, he noticed that she was missing a part of this finger. And so the sound artist's breath started going up and down. He started freaking out. And this guy just looked up at her and he said, auntie, tell me one thing. How did you lose your finger? And she said, it was a long time ago when someone cut it off. And he said, who cut it off? And she said, you! Ah!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
What a build-up! Oh shit, man!
I will never be called back to this stream. I will have no friends. I'm sorry, guys.
Say,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It worked really well on a camp.
Can I just say, but look at how much work Cyrus put into that. He knew what the end was, but just look at the build-up. How
From the
nice.
Just for that, sir.
I'm sure someone was next to their mic and they had.
What about the choreographer stories?
Well played. Okay,
Cyrus, the choreographer cross story was serious psychosis, bro. That was psycho shit. Should I quickly tell you guys, or you want to start the stream? Okay.
See, look. Just.
No.
What do you think of the news story, bro? What do you guys think of the news?
This was damn good. I enjoyed this story.
Can I show you Cyril's reaction to you?
Sorry.
So,
I cannot stop laughing. Look.
I fucking give you the best take. And this happened in real life. I did it on a camping session and everyone was screaming, okay? But they made no eye contact with me and they asked me to politely leave.
Yeah. So look, the second one is the real one, right? As in, like,
it's real. It's
it won't have a boo ending. So then let's save that for the end now. Because
so was this hurtful?
This was amazing. I loved it.
if
every story could be like this.
now, Hoezaay, Cyril.
Yeah.
But I built it up well. Yeah.
It was brilliant. But let me tell you, I have been to Himachal. I've been to the temple that you're talking about.
Hidimba.
Yes, I've been over there, and I've been to Menon house also.
You know what I did, right?
Oh, wow.
And
I took all the real shit. So in case anyone in the stream was from there, I'd like just the part about the auntie and the soup and the finger.
Some people were saying in the chat, I've been there to this place. Very seriously.
No, it's a fact. I've been there.
Because it's a beautiful temple, actually. It's a very pretty temple. It's very famous. It's very well.
Coincidentally, now I'm jogging back to my memories. My wife, that time she was directing this whole show. And I was a part of it. It still gives me this. I still get scared.
Yeah, you know where I got caught on this is when you said soup, and then I was like, oh, hot and sour. And I'm like,
fuck you, Diabs, because you could have shown a little support at least by faking. Right? People have saved marriages by faking shit. All right, you can't fucking fake a 4-minute story. This is your reaction to me.
Also, Cyril, what he missed out over there, what he forgot to tell us was
what size left out.
no, when that guy went to the old woman's house. Guess who was there? Hoezaay.
Hoezaay came out from the bathroom.
I was like, guys, what are you doing here? I'm busy.
And Hoezaay's towel.
Yeah, auntie, time for a bit of a jiggle.
You guys have done this now so
Why
many
does
times.
Hoezaay have a British accent? I don't know.
There are some of these messages and I was like, did something happen between Hoezaay and a lady somewhere? If people are asking now, this is shown up in my Instagram. Anyway, before we move ahead, 3,000. Thank you, sir. 3,152 people on the stream.
I just want to know, anyone on the stream got freaked out?
Yeah, we all 3 of us over here.
I did. I'll just have
Suresh was at least Suresh showed some.
The chat has not stopped laughing since the time you went. Habubu.
I didn't go fucking dude. I cannot work with unprofessional people. I never went habubu. I'm not petting a pet panda.
In the edit, I'm gonna
habubu.
In the edit, I'm gonna redub your voice where you say habubu. Anyway, let me just quickly say hello to the Harami chat. Thank you guys for being here. Oh my god. Cyrus, my heart skipped a beat literally, but good story.
Who's this?
Faiza,
I love you. You're a good human being. You have human emotion. You have human emotion.
Could be lying. Manpreet says, big fan. Guys, love you all. Harami chat has of course gone nuts. Don't forget to hit like. Number of people watching and the likes should match up. It's an OCD, a mild OCD. Just trying to make that work. Let's go over to our waiting room where all the paranormal people are waiting to tell us. Habubu.
Stop saying habubu.
I never said habubu, bro. It's not a romantic. You know, the thing is, anytime you talk about an old lady, this guy gets all romantic.
Yeah. I think that's why he was calling the old lady.
Yeah, habubu. I'm a habubu. I'm a habababa. Oh, my kuchi kuku. Fuck, I hate such couples, huh? They should just like.
People who make these cutesy names.
Babu type.
You know, they only make it in public. Like, they only make it in public.
Guys, that's a different stream. That's
Cyrus, because of you, I'm having my tablet earlier. Thank you. Because my heart really skipped a beat.
Thank you, Suresh ji. Thank you. And you know, Suresh, if you were actually alone in the mountains, there was a vibe. This shit would really hit home. I would like to say, feel free to use this story on people.
I'd say, don't end with habubu though.
Habubu.
Aditi, are you here? You need to put your mic on.
Are you there, Aditi's iPhone?
Aditi's iPhone in the by phone.
You know, now if a spirit visits me and tries to scare me.
Oh, she's here.
Just come.
We will talk about it. I'll be expecting her to say habubu to me. Otherwise, I'm not going to be scared about a real spirit. I'm like, what is this?
Aditi, good evening and welcome to the Ghost Story stream. You are our first narrator.
Or real person or ghost.
Tell
This
us.
seems dark and depressing.
What do you have?
I wasn't expecting to ready with my story.
Go for it.
All right.
It's
a dramatic pause.
Were we
It's called a
supposed to
dramatic
give
pause.
This is not a ghost story. It's a.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
What do you
We
mean,
have
Aditi?
guys, we have a news delay. You know, the news channel delay. There's like a 2-second. So don't suddenly start speaking. Go for it, Aditi. It's all yours.
So this is not a ghost story. It's a paranormal thing that happened to my friend Albert when he was about 10 or 12 years old.
Okay.
And so what happened was he was he's from Spain, and when he was really young, he was walking on the Las Ramblas with his parents. He had this. I don't know, like everything was fine, and out of nowhere Albert freaked out and he started running, and he ran up to like one of the side streets, and his parents they ran after him and they asked him like what happened, and Albert was like he was having a panic attack.
Oh,
And he said I felt like people were chasing me, and I saw people covered in blood and there were people screaming, but nothing of that sort had happened. And his parents calmed him down and they went back home. And nothing of that sort happened again with ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं उसके साथ फिर से.
Got it.
Many years later, Albert was watching the news and he saw that on the same spot where he had that hallucination, there was this man was driving a van through the crowd. So like a lot of people were killed in that accident.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
In Spain, in La Rambla. No.
Yeah.
And he felt it, huh?
Yeah.
So he had a premonition.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
नहीं वो पागल हो गया
When
भागने
he saw
लगा
this on the news, so when he saw this on the news, it came back to him that he had experienced this when he was very young.
Oh, अच्छा. Is he okay now? Is Albert fine?
Yeah, he's great now.
All right.
So he tapped into something, that this happens to a lot of people, man. You know that when that before the Titanic sank, somebody wrote a book about a ship called Titan, which is an unsinkable ship and it sinks, and that's what the whole novel was about. Do you know that?
Now she knows.
Yeah,
Now we know.
Crazy, Aditi. It's crazy. Some people even say King Tutankhamun's
जो भी हो.
One more drink for Cyrus.
Tutankhamun. उसका सब Tutankhamun निकल गया.
Anyway, Tutankhamun's tomb was also on the Titanic. That was the curse.
Very interesting story. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Hey, Aditi, is Albert angry all the time? If he's angry, then we have got a film on him called Albert Pinto को गुस्सा क्यों आता है?
I'll let him know.
But it never happened to Albert again.
No,
Aditi about to
he's
smash her
spiritual,
iPhone.
So...
All right, Aditi, thank you so much.
Thank you, Aditi.
Thank you, Aditi.
Guys,
It was scary.
I just got to take this moment to say that the Harami chat has gone to a whole different ball game. They've now changed the voting system into Habubi rating system.
I just want to tell the Harami chat that this is a very emotional story to me, and it's hurtful that Hoezaay has destroyed it by turning it into a joke.
This is unfair. I
cannot.
protest.
I matched Ruby's story with my drink.
This time I did not even react. Fine, you could see my face.
No.
Look, I was trying to be nice. I was not rude at all, I swear.
It was
humiliating.
You were.
I
It was
think
humiliating.
You
Go back.
And I said in the beginning of the story, guys, don't make any sound, don't shit.
Yeah. You know what?
This habubu,
I said that
Habubi.
if you go back in the stream and
it's
you
like you
listen,
tribal mixed my story. You know what I mean? Like
if you go back in the stream and you listen to the part where she's telling a story, Cyril went. And in my mind, I was thinking, I don't want to come across as rude and stuff. And then Sahu saved it by saying, yeah, these things happen. And then he sort of he saved it. So round of applause for Cyrus.
But if you explain it out now.
Oh man, don't even try that shit with me, bro. I've been around, This consolation prize, the pencil box that everybody gets at the end of a birthday
The
party.
best part was that
Shameful.
Aditi halfway through, she was like, you know what, fuck this story. I'll just get straight to the point where he's running on the street. And I saw Sahu's mind say, I think he left out some of the story, but he didn't say it.
Because she just jumped into, I'm like, why is he running? What's his problem?
Good man.
I want to know what their relationship was. I got into another screen. But anyway.
He didn't put anything up to it.
Yeah,
I think he lost. I think he's the guy who's like, this happened. I saw something.
Vishnu
like,
says 3.14 habubas.
Come to my room and play the habubi. Jinga baba, jinga baba.
Amit Patel, you're on the stream, brother. How's it going?
Amit, क्या
He's coming. वो आ रहा है.
Real है?
कपड़ा वपड़ा पहन के आता है.
क्या
Meanwhile,
why don't people want Amit? Why aren't you showing us your face?
He's connecting. Akshit Nair says, love you guys. Story was awesome, Cyrus. Yeah, see, I thought
Thanks,
it was
bro.
awesome also.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Aisha Singh says, you guys do good. Best new Saturday evening ritual. Can't wait to hear Cyrus's choreographer story at the end.
That is,
people
why would I say it when it will be insulted, when it will be humiliated?
No.
I promise.
We will give it a high Habubi rating. Okay.
Amit, you have made it, sir.
Hi, how are you guys?
Very good. Good evening.
Okay, good. Great. This is the first time I've joined. I didn't expect that I would be, on.
Matka party. Go for it.
Matka party.
Okay. So basically, this is a story. मतलब मेरे घर का story है. मैं तभी I was like 10 to 12 years old. तो हम लोग ना joint family में रहते थे in town. There is a building, metro cinema के पास एक building है. टिमोथी बिल्डिंग। तो
हम्म।
बेसिकली हमारे बिल्डिंग में ना ऐसे बहुत सारा सीन होता था हॉन्टेड, तो वो बिल्डिंग का नाम ही लोगों ने रखा था काला बंगला। तो
यहाँ पर कौन सी एरिया में, किस एरिया में है ये?
मेट्रो सिनेमा।
मेट्रो
चलो।
सिनेमा।
हाँ, वो कावस जी हॉल के पास।
हाँ अच्छा, बाइकुला साइड में देखनी। अच्छा
हाँ नहीं, हाँ ओके, मरीन लाइन से। तो क्या था
कंफ्यूज कर
ना
रहा
यहाँ पे
उधर से एक लेन जाते मेरे को मालूम है। हाँ
हाँ, तो हमारे बिल्डिंग के एकदम लग के एक बड़ा सा पीपल का झाड़ था। तो क्या होता था कि वो टाइम पे ना मोबाइल या टीवी ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, दूरदर्शन होता था। तो रात को अराउंड 8:30-9 बजे सब खाना खा के बाहर आते थे बच्चे, हम लोग खेलते थे। तो हम लोग ऐसे ही खेलने गए थे बिल्डिंग में। फिर अराउंड 10 बज के हम लोग सब घर आ गए, लेकिन मेरे कजन नहीं आई घर पे, क्योंकि हम लोग सब जॉइंट फैमिली में रहते थे वो टाइम पे। तो क्या हुआ था कि मेरा डैड अकेला वो टाइम पे मेल था घर में, और वो बाहर गया अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ। बाकी सब आंटी लोग ही थे। तो 10 बजे सबका सोने का टाइम होता था। तो क्या हुआ, उस दिन 10 बजे तक वो आई नहीं घर पे। फिर सब लोग परेशान हो गया, किधर हो गया। मेरी आंटी इंस्टेड ऑफ फाइंडिंग हर, वो गुस्सा हो रही थी कि घर आने दो, उसको मारेंगे, मैं चप्पल वगैरह फिर 10:30 बज गया, 11 बज गया, वो आई नहीं। फिर अराउंड 11:30 सब लोग ने सोचा कि अभी पुलिस में जाते हैं और करते कंप्लेंट। तो उतने में एक नेबर था, वो टेरेस पे स्मोक करने गया था, और वो स्मोक करने गया ना, अचानक वो भाग भाग के नीचे आया और मेरी आंटी को बोला, तुम्हारी बेटी ऊपर बैठी है टेरेस पे, एकदम एज पे, और अंधेरा है वहां पे पूरा। तो हम लोग सब डर गए, मैं तो बहुत डर, तभी मैं छोटा था। तो मेरे घर के सब लोग गए और उसको खींच के नीचे लेके आए। वो भी अराउंड 17-18 की होगी। तो उसको खींच के नीचे लेकर आए और उसको बिठाया, सब लोग उसको पानी वानी दे रहे। उसके बाल सब ऐसे खुले हुए थे, और वो पता नहीं, उसको ऐसा लग रहा था कि इसने मारा था उसको। फिर सडनली सब शांत हो गए, वो बैठे, हम लोग सब बिस्तर बिस्तर डाल दिया सोने की तैयारी में, और वो उसके बड़बड़ चालू हो गया। सडनली से स्टार्टेड सेइंग, तुझा मैंने आ रहा है, तुझा मैंने आ रहा है। विंडो में देख रहे हैं झाड़ के पास, और कंटिन्यूसली वही बोल रही है, तुझा मैंने आ रहा है, तुझा मैंने आ रहा है। हम लोग बहुत डर गए, क्योंकि घर में सिर्फ लेडीज थे और हम बच्चे लोग, तो किसी को समझ में नहीं आता क्या हो रहा। फिर सुबह 4:30-5 बजे तक सेम चला। 5 बजे जैसे टाउन में सुबह सुबह पानी आता है, सब जब नॉर्मल सब सुबह सुबह उठ गए पानी वानी भरे, तो वो मेरी कजिन भी सो गई। और पूरा दिन फिर नेक्स्ट डे कुछ नहीं हुआ उसको। फिर नेक्स्ट डे रात को 8:30 फिर से प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट हुआ। वो विंडो के पास देख रहे, कंटिन्यू हुई, तुझा मैंने आ रहा है, तुझा मैंने आ रहा है। उस दिन क्या हुआ ना, मेरा डैड रात को आए अराउंड 10 बजे, और मेरा डैड फुल पीएलई में थे ही वाज फुली ड्रंक।
तब बोलना नहीं चाहता नहीं यार।
ठीक है, बस
होता
हाई,
है
ही वाज इन हाई स्पिरिट्स।
Yeah.
अच्छा
हाई स्पिरिट्स। तो क्या हुआ, मेरे डैड को कुछ पता नहीं क्या स्टोरी चल रहा है, कुछ क्या हुआ पता नहीं। सडनली वो मेरे कजिन ने ना मेरे डैड को ऐसे गुस्से से देखा, और मेरे डैड को गाली दी, तू कौन है बे, बीसी एमसी। मेरे डैड को सुना ही नहीं दिया, बोला क्या बोल रहा, फिर से बोल। तो उसने फिर से बोला, तू कौन है, इधर क्यों आया तू, किधर से आया तू। तो मेरा डैड क्या ना, मेरा डैड ऐसा एकदम, ओ सीआईडी में दया कैसे होता है वैसा हैवी बिल्ड था, और वो हमेशा ना ऐसा कड़ा पहनता था। तो मेरे डैड ने ना उसको ऐसे ही उल्टे हाथ का, वो बैटमैन स्लैप रॉबिन वाला होता है ना मीम, वैसे एक थप्पड़ दिया जोरदार। वो गिर गया नीचे, और फिर सो गई। और फिर उसके बाद ये सीन कभी नहीं हुआ। तो सब लोग परेशान थे कि कैसा क्या हो रहा था। तो किसी ने फिर, मेरी आंटी वांटी ने सब वो तांत्रिक वांत्रिक होता है उनको बुलाया, और ऐसी उन्होंने बताया कि क्या होता है कि स्पिरिट्स होते हैं, मतलब जैसे अगर भगवान है तो ऑब्वियसली शैतान भी होगा। तो स्पिरिट्स होते हैं, जरूरी नहीं है कि हमेशा वो ही हमको डराए, कभी कभी वो भी हमसे डर सकते हैं। तो मे बी वो, जैसे मेरे डैड ने उसको मारा, उसके बाद वो कभी ऐसा आया ही नहीं वापस। तो यही स्टोरी है।
गॉड, भूत को एक लाफा मारा उसने।
Oh bro, ये तो रिवर्स कहानी है। Like
Some-
boo and
somewhere there are
यार,
ghosts having a stream and they're talking about this, saying उसने मेरे को कैसा मारा रे बाप रे।
हाँ,
एंड जैसे कि एक इंसान का घर पे हम लोग गए थे, उस टाइम वो इंसान ऐसा आया भयंकर दिखने वाला, और इतना डर गया था सब लोग कि उसने फिर एक उल्टा हाथ का मेरे को मारा, मैं सो गया, निकल गया उधर से। एंड दे आर हैविंग द सेम स्ट्रीम ऐसा।
इसमें पॉइंट है, ऐसा हो सकता है कि भूतों की दुनिया हो और उस दुनिया में हम भूत हैं।
possible.
Lalit, there's a bhoot who's saying, आज मैंने इंसान देखा, मेरी हालत खराब होगी भाई, 2 दिन तक सो नहीं पाऊंगा.
The
And
others again.
I know some people who you see ऐसा हो सकता है.
Yeah.
Hey, why, bro? Crazy story.
Thank you,
Amit,
Amit.
quite a
Crazy,
cool
Amit.
story, bro. N Night
Thanks for
Shyamalan वाला
sharing.
twist है.
But yeah, दरवाजे के बाहर मत दिखना विंडो पे.
Take care, buddy. Thank you so
Let's
much.
see you, Amit. Bye.
Bye, bro.
Bye,
I
bye,
was,
bye.
was thinking that maybe the kid was just, stubborn and
Like
slapped for no
using
reason
bad
whatsoever.
language.
No,
I was
quite
in,
possible.
I was
Yeah.
thinking कि पहला थोड़ा explain करना चाहिए था भूत को, प्यार से, and I don't know कि ऐसा मारना चाहिए.
I mean, because I went through this scene as a child, right? I said once, I said, hey, BC me. And I also got the chappal and slap. And I never ever said that word ever again.
Because you were supposed to be
So-
learning your alphabets, you kept saying BC, BC. That's what you were abusing. Anyway, ठीक है, कोई नहीं. Good stuff. Slightly awkward ending. Let's keep going. Let's see who we have on. Wow, 3,676 people over here. What is wrong with you? What is your problem? Get yourself checked. Stop it. Get help. 31 minutes into the stream. Wow, that's
Dude.
scary enough. We don't even need
What
the
the f-
story.
Yeah,
He's with
I'm just
Jon
like
Snow.
that. If I stay, is that Jon Snow?
Supposed to
That's
be
also
Jon
the Punjabi Bagh version of Jon Snow.
But Jon
Like
Snow, after
Bunty.
getting a ton of hair gel available to him.
Hey, so Balesh is back on the chat and he's desperately trying to say that he's got an update. I think he found a
Oh
new bike.
God, dude, Balesh is back.
I think
Yeah.
सुरेश
Balesh is
का कुछ
back
setting
with-
है वो बालेश के साथ.
मेरा
नहीं
उसका
है?
कुछ setting नहीं है. मैं
Balesh को
शायद
वापस
इसमें-
लेके आओ. We have to get Balesh back.
All right,
bro.
before we go ahead, Arav Neil says, Hoji, I have a very short and creepy story about the Ouija board, which asks a question, am I searching for years? May I please? Of course you may. Let's see if we can work that out. All right,
Mr.
Ankur.
Jen,
How
Mr.
are you,
Jen,
Ankur? Go
how's
for
it
it.
going, my brother?
Okay.
अंकुर लव एडवाइस के लिए आया है.
नहीं,
I wish. Fuck. I can't believe I'm here. Thanks a
you
lot.
are here.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
अपने आप
This
को
is
एक
all
थप्पड़
real.
मारो जोर से.
Okay. Damn. Can't believe it. Okay,
Go for
nice.
it.
Don't worry. Uncle, go for it.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope you guys are good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Formalities कुछ बाहर फेंका जाए.
No. Cyrus, great story by the way. And
Bro,
Enchilada,
thank you.
Suresh.
नमस्कार. सौख्या तुषार उल्ले. But
Okay,
your chain
cool.
obviously
So,
नहीं मालूम इसको.
नहीं मालूम,
Nice,
but
man.
ठीक है.
चलेगा.
Okay, cool. So yeah, okay. So I'll get to the story. It's not my story; it's my friend's story. And I'm originally from Pune. So it's one of the Pune ke hostel ke campus ka story. So the story goes like this. So ये बात है around second या third year की final semester के exams हो गए थे. And hostel में हमेशा हर कोई they were in a partying mood, house parties plan किए हुए थे, and people are just going bonkers. So there's a story where there was, so I know this friend, I know a couple of people from that group. So they were having a house party, and वो होता है ना कि everyone decided कि इस घर में party होगी. So अलग अलग room से सारे बच्चे friends they're just hanging out there. It's a typical house party. It's guys mainly, so there's dancing, there's singing, there's music, and so they're having a party and it's going late. It's around 12ish, 1 a.m. somewhere around there. I don't know how they got to play music that loud late in the night, but it was happening that way. And so one of the guys, he was really tired, and he decided that he's just gonna go to his room, which is probably a couple of floors below where the party was going on, and he's just gonna go and probably sleep. He'll sleep, right? He's probably super drunk or whatever. He's just tired. He's sweaty. He's dancing. So he goes, and so the room he goes to is not his room. He goes to a friend's room, right? So he has not lived there. He just goes there because he's drunk and he just wants to sleep. So the friends take him, they open the door for him, they tell him, okay, this is the place, here's the mattress, here's the cushion and everything, and just to sleep, and we're continuing our party. And he's sleeping, right? And people are in the party, they're dancing. So even like if you call someone, it's difficult to answer the phone because you're not aware if someone is calling you. Anyways, I hope I'm not making it too long. Yeah. So he's sleeping, and again, this is one of those stories, right? So he suddenly feels that, and it's completely dark in his room. It's like a hall. He's sleeping on the mattress, which is on the floor. And he suddenly feels there's someone in the room, but it's just one of those eerie feelings you get, right? So, but he's scared. And then suddenly it's one of those situations where you feel that just, agar khud ko cover karke rakhoge to kuch nahi hoga, and you'll be safe. So he just feels scared, and he somehow gathers the courage to slowly take his, the whatever, the chadar niche, and see what's going on. So he can see, like, imagine a cupboard at the corner, right? And it's completely dark. So you may say that the person may be hallucinating, or he may be looking at figures or shadows. He says that he sees a woman in, apparently white clothing and like long hair, sitting with knees on the top. So like this, right? On the top of the cupboard. And obviously he shits his pants, right? Now, and again, it takes time. Somehow he manages the courage to get to his phone and call his friends and be like, guys, jaldi aao, yahan pe koi hai. And I mean, it's you can't explain it, but kuch to hai. He tries calling them, he calls them multiple times. He's still, covering himself. He doesn't have the courage to look at it again. So he's calling, and then somehow they pick up the phone because they're still at the party. And then they're like, what happened? Kya hua? Bolta hai, bro, jaldi aa, yahan pe koi hai. I'm feeling scared. He's talking in a muffled voice, like it's difficult in the party, the music is on. So somehow a couple of guys, they come in, right? And then they turn on the lights, they come in the apartment. They're like, kya hua? So here's the funny thing, right? And this is a true story. The guys, he tells the guys exactly what happened. He saw someone sitting at the top of the cupboard, and people tell him, हाँ bro, ये तो हमेशा होता है. There's a woman, now we are used to it. There's a woman who late in the night would just be there and ask for water, drink the water, and then go.
Holy
And-
shit. And
Yeah.
then
What do you mean they know of this woman? Like she just be sitting with her legs folded on top of the
So-
cupboard?
No, so the people who have been living in that apartment had multiple occasions.
it's been
like
happening for
these.
some time apparently.
Yeah, so they're used to it. That's the weird thing. They are used to a woman. I'm pretty sure they went bonkers initially when it happened to them, but now they're used to it. And there's a woman who asks for water, and if you leave like a cup of water or a glass of water,
She drinks and leaves.
she'll hang out for like a bit, for probably like 5-10 minutes, and then leave.
And-
And now they're used to it.
Have they never clicked a photograph of this woman?
No, it just.
What if
that's
they
a good
upset
question. I
her
never
or
asked that.
something and she's like, "Kyun photograph le raha hai?" So,
The good
Yeah,
voice
I mean-
impersonation. Jose.
I think that's the least of their conversations. Offending a ghost about a photo. It's like,
But,
"नहीं, अभी नहीं, मेरा look
I don't
अच्छा
know
नहीं."
if I'd have the courage to take a picture of so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, think about it. If you're going to get used to her eventually, I'd be like, hey, can you pass the box of shoes from the top down as well? I mean, I'm just saying, but it's crazy that this happened. And did you figure out
nuts.
who she was?
It's quite. But
No,
which
so
place
here's
is
the-
this?
So this is Pune.
Pune, which area?
So I guess been to PCMC. This
Next
is
to the
Chinchwad.
cupboard area, Suresh.
That's the correct answer, Jose. And yeah, PCMC and all what I know, PCMC.
Anyway.
The house, where is
Yeah.
this? So, okay, fine, but we should know. Because maybe if there's a ghost is still there, I would like to go and have
Yeah.
a chat with
But
What
this
a
in
lot of-
itself is a
yeah.
discussion. Is
Yeah.
would you take a picture if you saw a ghost, you knew it
Yeah.
was a ghost, you're shitting
Dude,
yourself? Would you
dude,
take
I
your
would-
phone out and go?
I
for it?
would. I would.
100%. And
You're
especially
Is
if
it
they're
happening today
comfortable.
also?
Huh?
I would find
Is
a way
it-
to leave.
Arey,
Is this
Baba,
still
every
happening?
day she's coming for water.
Ankur,
Yeah.
like Suresh is asking, is this still happening? Is she still
Yeah.
coming there?
That's a good question. I am not aware because after I graduated, I worked in Mumbai and then I came. I'm right now in Florida. As you can see, it's morning here, but
Oh.
I'm not aware, and I don't know anyone who's still at the campus. So I'll have to check
Crazy.
that out.
But
Let's
it's
check,
Yola.
let's check.
I wonder like if they got so attached to her that one guy's like, I'll fail my exams क्योंकि अगर मैं चला गया तो पानी कौन पिलाएगा?
Yeah.
वो आज बैठ के यही कर रहा है, पौधा की तरह है ना, she's like a money plant. It's like Maji.
Better to put a camera with like night vision or motion detectors or something like that,
So
as
see,
opposed to
wouldn't
as
it
opposed
pass
to
your
going.
mind like if you have a recurring ghost or some spirit, right? Like,
Yeah.
that appears somewhere along the like it would cross your mind, right? Like
Alright.
some shit.
I mean,
he's fucking.
and listen,
Uncle,
your guys
that's
are-
a
yeah.
crazy
People
story,
can
bro.
think that.
Ankur, your guys are college students. Your guys are like the Harami chat. I would have changed the
Yeah.
water to vodka and see what happened. Right? I mean, did you not cross that path?
Then she stops disappearing. She just stays there forever.
Like,
And then she,
But
hey,
we're all,
Ayana.
but we're all also sounding very brave because we're not in that room.
We're not there.
I would
Yeah.
have
I
shot
just want to
bricks
also
out
know
of
yeah.
if
Guys,
5 of
just
us were in
one
that
quick
room,
thing.
yeah.
One quick thing.
Yeah,
I don't know
please.
the chat. I'm not reading the chat. Probably Panvel aa chuka hai. So just
Yeah,
one
fine,
thing.
yeah.
I know Hoezaay हमेशा अपना वो joke करता है, right? कि कान मस्ती and ghost stories और वो सब वाला.
Yeah.
I have a quick question, bro. कल का joke was really funny. जो I mean, Cyril and Suresh was laughing their asses off for like 10 minutes. And that made me think, do you know what? I need to go back. I'm an OG fan. So I wanted to see that bit again, Old Lady Wala. I couldn't find the video. So what's going on with that?
The
Oh my
ghost.
God.
Good.
The
Can I tell you
ghost-
something? We can't
Yeah.
find the old lady as well. So it's all fine. it's all...
Please come to our Discord server. Everyone's sitting and discussing it over there. Today's
Okay.
ghost story stream. But listen, we have questions for you. Somebody from the chat, Okam, I've started noting down stuff. See, we're trying to be better guys. In the middle of the story, I'm not. Anyway, Okam says, "How do you have a poster of Suresh behind you?" First question. There is only one question actually. Where did you get that poster of Suresh behind you? And thank you for joining us, Aditya Thackeray and Dave Patel mix.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not bad actually. Thanks.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Rami.
Have a good one, buddy.
Yeah.
Cheers,
And guys,
man.
thanks a lot for doing this. Really appreciate it. Cannot thank you enough for everyone. And just one small request. Banveer bahut pehle aa chuka hoga.
Delete our account.
Instead of doing Friday and Saturdays, can you please do Saturday and Sunday? Because I'm working when you guys do the Love podcast.
Okay.
And
fine.
office में से बहुत difficult हो जाता है. So
ठीक
I'm
please.
just noting it down.
So
And
we'll
super chat कितना दिया उसके ऊपर भी depend होता
let the
नहीं, मैं
Rami-
फिर सुरेश सर को LinkedIn पे मैसेज करूंगा. फिर I have no other.
take care, Ankur. Have a good one.
Bye,
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 bye.
Take care,
Cheers.
Ankur.
Thanks a
Take
lot.
care, brother.
Yo, I would
Can
shit
I pass
myself.
on a quick message, please? Mr. Mirror Devil, Zoom name I have horror incidents. मेरे हाथ में कंट्रोल नहीं है. Hoezaay sir को
अच्छा.
ही भेजना
Suresh
messages.
still getting
Thank you.
messages on LinkedIn.
You know, Suresh, you know what you remind me of right now? You know about the old news broadcasts, you know, when they used to do live broadcasts, and there'd be always one guy would go in the back and he'd be like, hey, what's up, hi guys?
Today I wanted to speak like Javed Akhtar, and none of you let me do that.
Wow.
Yo, but Sabu, all the shoots and all you've been on and we've been to some really secluded places, you know what I mean? Like they'll take us to these far out places to shoot. Now imagine if something like this happened over there. What would you do? I really don't think you'd take a camera out.
I have been in a hotel room which I am 100% positive was completely fucking haunted. It was so creepy. I couldn't sleep. I had to get out. I left fucking Chennai. I left to shoot after that incident.
Hey, Sinduri Hotel, was it?
I can't remember. You know, Suresh,
Was
I
it
think
near Apollo Hospital?
I think it was near Apollo Hospital.
Yeah, because I had a similar experience over there.
It was
Vinod
Suresh
Kamath
and me.
lodge for it. No.
Tell me one
Vinod-
thing. I remember one thing about this room. That it had a room, like a sit out, and then there was another corridor, and then your bedroom came. Okay, so this is like a waiting room, and then it had a small little narrow lane corridor, and then the room came. And that's what it was like that passing that corridor, I didn't know what was on the other side. It was a very hotel rooms, man. Hotel rooms
Hotel
are very
rooms,
dark
Quite
space.
scary. Quite scary.
Hey, before we go ahead, Onam Sharma said, what are those guys who came were also drunk as fuck? Fair enough. Good theory.
Yeah.
We're all for different theories. We're trying to explain through science.
Did you guys see that guy who recorded? He started seeing strange shit happening in his house, like his bowl was moved from one place to another and all that. He put his laptop on, and there was a woman living in his storage for like 3 weeks or something. Did you see that video?
No, I've not
No,
seen this.
no.
video.
Oh,
Please post it
brother.
in the comments when you get a chance. Webab says, in a different universe, ghosts have a Saturday session where other ghosts call in and discuss scary sightings of Hoezaay, Suresh, Cyril, and Cyrus. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, Komal is also sending message. She's saying that last time Hoezaay removed me and he promised me take me back in the chat. Komal is Pival.
It's a long list of promises I've broken, which I'm trying to sort out.
Hoezaay.
First, we'll start with everything that's
Connect
happening
Hoezaay,
at home.
not me. Connect Hoezaay. Connect Hoezaay, not me.
3,777 Lee upside
It's
down.
getting brilliant.
People
Very
over
great,
here,
very
really
great.
amazing. Please don't forget, hit that like, hit unlike, re-like, leave a comment, go to somebody else's stream, like their stream, and come back. Just do this thing. You'll get the habit of it. 44 minutes into the live stream. Who are we looking for? Nobody. Just kidding. Everyone's saying Balesh, but Balesh nahi hai idhar. I'm just scrolling.
But
1, 2,
Balesh
3.
message Suresh, no?
नहीं वो chat पे मेरे को message and LinkedIn
Balesh
तो बोल
K.
now you deserve it.
Suresh,
He
I'm
said,
telling you.
Shravan, Suresh, I am not going to do anything.
You know what it is?
Hoezaay, stop messaging me on LinkedIn.
Hey,
They're going to
Rajdeep.
show up at Suresh's house, isn't it?
Dr. Rajdeep.
Dr. Raj.
Hey.
Dr.
मेरे को
Rajdeep.
थोड़ा heart का problem हो गया.
Hey, Rajdeep, was it your
He's
birthday
connecting.
recently?
He's connecting. The heart.
Oh, I see. Oh, anniversary.
Anniversary of
Detective,
birthday.
paranormal
happened.
detective.
Rajdeep's
Hello,
house.
Rajdeep. How are you?
Dr. Rajji.
You're
Hey,
here, so
hi,
you're with us.
hi guys.
Hi, Rajdeep. Looking good, brother.
Hey, so let me get to the story directly.
We love you, Dr.
Love you.
Rajdeep. We love you. We
Was-
love
You
you.
are the nicest person I met.
So this was told to me by one of my opthal teachers, and this is kind of a medical horror story.
Oh, wow.
According to him, this happened in the 90s. So he was working as a junior doctor in ophthalmology under a senior consultant in Delhi. So what happened was they were on the team that used to have the eye donation thing. So they used to get calls from people, and they would they would drive down to those areas, rural areas around Delhi, sometimes in UP, and they would get the specimens from those dead bodies. So apparently, one fine day they got a call at around 10 in the morning, and they asked them to provide their service for the eye donation. So this was from a rural area near UP, and they decided to drive down there. Uh, so they reached there at around 12 o'clock, and they returned back at around 2 or something. And in the evening, they got a call at around 7 o'clock. Okay, so this was probably a progressive family, because they had this the last wish of that person was that they wanted their eyes to be donated, but at they probably were waiting for somebody to arrive for the funeral to take place. So the body was kept there, I think on ice blocks or something. And in the evening at around 7 o'clock, they received another phone call, and they said कि डॉक्टर साहब आप सुबह में जिस डेड बॉडी से आंखें निकाल के गए थे वहां से अभी ब्लीडिंग हो रहा है. So they were like कि how is this possible? तो just out of something वो जो कंसल्टेंट थे उन्होंने अपने हाउसमैन को पूछा कि तूने पेशेंट का आई मीन डेड बॉडी का ये चेक किया था क्या, पल्स, I mean, vitals check किए थे क्या? So sometimes it happens that a person might not have pulse, but they might still be alive. The pulse can be imperceptible, something like that. So हाउसमैन ने बोला नहीं सर मैंने तो नहीं किया. I just trusted the relatives.
रिलेटिव्स को ट्रस्ट किया.
What the dude?
हाँ ये मर गया मर गया. हाँ ये मर गया, इसका आंख निकाल दो.
लेके जाओ
हाँ
उसको.
हाँ हाँ.
Oh no.
So अभी वो कंसल्टेंट इमेजिन करने लगे सिनेरियोस कि हम यूपी के किसी पेड़ से लटक रहे रहेंगे शाम को, बिकॉज देयर विल बी अ क्राउड लाइक, एंड they had to go there and check कि क्या है. So when they reached, there was a crowd of like 100-150 outside the house. और थोड़ा रूरल एरिया था तो उनकी फटके आदमी आ गई obviously. So they went to the body and उन्होंने देखा कि सच में आंखों में से मतलब ब्लीडिंग हो रहा है. So तभी उन्होंने सब पल्स वगैरह चेक किया, सब मतलब इट वाज अ डेड बॉडी. तो
thank God.
there,
I mean,
there was
okay.
but फिर उनको लगा कि जब भी हमने निकाला आंखें, was the patient alive at that time? So एकदम से वो कंसल्टेंट को एक क्लिक हुआ कि उन्होंने पूछा कि ये किसी मेडिकेशंस के ऊपर थे क्या. तो वो बोले कि रिलेटिव्स बोले कि हाँ इनको दवाई दिया गया था. सो बिकॉज ऑफ अ कंडीशन ही वाज बीइंग गिवन एंटी क्लॉटिंग एजेंट्स, जिससे ब्लड क्लॉट नहीं होता है.
Okay, blood thinners.
ब्लड थिनर्स या. सो उसकी वजह
And
से
so his that
so after that मतलब they explained the situation to the relatives, and then all was well.
So he was
And
dead, but he was on blood thinners, and so his eyes started bleeding. Holy shit, chat,
Oh my
boo,
God,
boo,
So,
gaga.
matlab,
I was so
Okay.
scared that this was a Grey's Anatomy story, like straight up
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy, but thank God it
Wow.
had the creepy. Oh, bach gaya.
That was a creepy.
That was
story.
Yeah, but that means-
man in that room with a body without eyes, just blood coming out of them. Whoever saw that,
Yes.
that shit would fucking mess you up for a
scarred for
long
life.
time.
Scarred
Yeah.
for life.
Oh man.
Hey, Dr. Rajiv, I want to ask you a question, man. Yesterday, a friend of mine was telling me that the brain, after you die, the brain activity doesn't die for like quite a few hours. Is this true?
I wouldn't say hours, but it depends on whether
What are
the
you thinking
patient,
about?
no, actually, if they are brain dead, then like
No, like say someone's dead. I don't fucking say me. So hypothetically, someone's dead. How long does the brain stay active after they died? Activity.
I wouldn't say hours. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
possible.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, yeah.
thank you, man.
No,
That
no,
was
Dr.
random.
Rajdeep, also
I'm-
Jose wants to ask you about that rash thing.
Yeah.
Jose, do you want to? You
Yeah.
want to
Jose, DM me.
I fixed it, sir. I put the ointment. It's
Yeah.
done. Okay, sir.
What are your views on a pussy rash?
Dr.
Oh,
Rajdeep
no.
and me, we coordinated, and I forgot to cap my hair. But usually my hair is like that. We coordinated with the same shirt.
well coordinated, I have to say.
मेरा भाई है वो भाई है. Sir, thank you so much for speaking with us. Have a good
Thank
one.
you, Dr.
Amazing
Rajiv.
story.
Jose, I
Dr.
just wanted to say one thing. I have been following you since my medical days when we were at Sion, and even Suresh with those angry Ganeshan and
Oh, thanks,
Kamla
man.
Kamla mimicry thing. And,
Positive message.
you guys were our only lifeline. There was no internet at that
Arey,
time.
how sweet.
And like
Cyril and me were doing community theatre also.
no,
Fuck
I used to
it.
perform on the
Fuck it.
streets under the signal.
Let's just keep talking about these two.
I thought Rajdeep was going to
हाँ.
say कि मेरा 500 वापस दे साले.
इस स्ट्रीम की बेस्ट पार्ट है कि मैं और सिरिल ऐसे बैठे थे.
Cyrus, I want to tell you,
सिस्टर अब तो
Doctor, please go on. I like it.
Your skit with that Tare Zameen Par.
Yeah.
That parody.
Oh,
that offensive stuff I did with Chil.
Yeah.
Let's not
Yeah,
edit.
That's so funny.
Anyway,
I
thanks,
laughed a
brother.
lot.
Thanks for sharing with us. Have a
Thanks,
good one.
Rajdeep. Thank you. You're a lovely person.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for that
Yeah,
consolation.
thank
you,
What the-
doctor.
Someone's hand came out. Whose hand
Bro.
was that?
Oh no, that's my
Oh,
wife.
Oh, we got so
Hi,
scared,
how are you? You just
man.
gave us a
Hand
note.
came from
You
somewhere.
wanna, we're
Big
gonna go.
fan of Cyril, Hoezaay,
you.
Cyrus, and Suresh, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
And
much.
Thank you for giving this chance. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're so
Great
sweet.
story.
How
It was
sweet. Thank
amazing.
you so
guys.
much.
Bye bye.
You're the
bye.
sweetest couple. Look after yourselves, guys. God bless.
Sau,
But
I don't know if
damn
you
it.
should say tell him this. Maybe what if he's crazy and they're like, like, oh, there's all blood
Oh.
everywhere and all that. Could be.
What?
Just saying.
What?
What?
He's saying it's lovely people.
Dude, they look like such a sweet couple,
Yeah.
man. She
Yeah.
was so sweet. What do you mean
But
there's
what?
blood
Wait, hold on
everywhere?
one second. You're
You're
saying that
sick
what if he
fucking
was,
human being. are you?
was he the guy who was checking the pulse? You think, and he forgot to?
Oh my
Bro.
god.
I was just worried that it would be a purely a medical story. Didn't turn out to be. It was actually.
That
though.
means if I'm bleeding after I'm dead, that you all know what the problem is now.
Yeah.
Don't say
I still wanna
But-
know if
Suresh-
someone can check how long the brain stays alive once you're dead. That
7
shit
hours.
fucked me up. Dude, think of it. Your brain's alive, but you're dead. So you're still aware, right? All these
Yeah.
thoughts, all that shit. Where did I put my house keys?
So normally-
there's some
so
tragic
normally-
stories, man.
No, also normally you'll be declared dead once you're brain dead.
Yeah, they check for waves,
I know a lot of people who are alive but brain dead.
Oh, there are a lot of them.
but
And some of them are still messaging.
Just
me on
fucking
LinkedIn.
roaming
Akshat
around.
Jha, Akshat Jha, Rohit Rajan, please, it's all in the hands of Jose. Rohit, I may try to take over the controls, but then only we'll be chatting. That's all. It may not
Jay
be on air
Pai.
also.
Hey
Yeah.
Suresh, but when you finally hit the bucket and you talk about this bleeding thing, right? We only know
Yeah.
if it's anal bleeding.
Then just go to Jose's house.
then
Doctor, there's a bleeding from a crevice. Mhm.
I just knew that was coming. Big hello to everybody in the Rami chat. We're almost at 4,000 viewers. Don't forget to hit that like
Yeah,
button. An hour into the stream.
Tales
Well,
of the
and-
crypt.
And
Yeah,
also,
what
if you have, I help, man. If
वापस
but
Jose वापस निकाल देगा link.
1 second. No, because Balesh is in here. He's saying कि अरे I'm trying to go and ये वो this नहीं हो रहा. If you have been on the stream and you have told your story, please remove yourself, because if I remove you, you get reported to Zoom. So there's that option. But please remove yourself so somebody else can jump in. All right. Avarnil, कैसे हो भाई?
Hi.
How are you guys? Yes, we can hear you clearly. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very short story. So, but before that, I just want to ask all of you one question. Which one do you fear more? Like seeing a ghost or seeing or experiencing something which is really spooky and unexplainable?
Oh shit. Fuck, I don't know how
Good
to
question.
compare, but I feel like a real ghost will make me shit myself.
Okay. Let me ask this question again
But
when
even creepy
the story
stuff,
is
yeah,
over.
yeah.
When the story is over. Okay.
Oh god.
So this is the story of one of my school teacher. Okay, so he was a biology teacher, and where he used to live and where our school was, it was in two different districts, and he had to take a train and then a ferry and then cycle to reach his home. So if he is going out from school at some 5 o'clock, he will reach his house by some 8 or 9. So one day he was returning to his house and he was cycling and going to his house. He was about to reach his house and it was approximately 8:30. Okay. So he was about to reach his house when he saw that now if this is a street, these are the houses and there is a low marshland going there. Okay. Like little trees and marshland on and on. So when he was cycling, he saw a particular person just running and crossing the street and going into that marshland. Now he became a little suspicious and he followed that person. Like he wanted to know if some antisocial behavior is going on in his own locality. His house was just there. Now he followed that person, and just when he went to the marshland, he saw that nobody was there. And he's okay, it doesn't matter. Like maybe it was a mistake. Now he took some 1 minute and he just turned his cycle and came back to his house. Now when he reached his house, he saw that his house is like crowded. The in front of his house, it's crowded. Okay. Now when he entered, he was trying to enter his house, like he garage his cycle. Everybody is looking at him in a very suspicious manner. Okay. And he was like, why are you looking at me like that? Then from inside of his house, his wife came and he started to scold him, saying that where were you till 3 a.m.? It's night 3 a.m. Where were you? We all were scared. So this was the creepy part, but it doesn't end here. We were studying after 1 week. We were studying in our class when we got a call for a condolence meeting, and we got to know that he had committed suicide within 5 days of that incident. Okay. Now the main question comes: do you people believe in those like Ouija planchet things?
I try not to believe in any of these things.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Not sure.
so
I'm not
the-
sure. But I've done it. I've done it a few times, and
No, I never done it, but a lot of
It's
people have called me
unnerving.
planchut.
Okay. So, like two seniors of ours from that school, like my friend's brother, elder brother, like he and his friends tried to like call his spirit. Okay, with some Ouija board and shit. So they arranged a room like with candles and chair and all those Ouija like pencil, a medium.
God.
He tried to call that spirit and ask them that why he committed suicide. He for some 5-10 minutes it didn't work. They stopped it. Two of them said that they felt somebody had come. Two of them felt that nahi aisa kuch nahi hua hai, ghanta kuch nahi hua. This story I also didn't believe until the last week. I heard that elder brother, he died by a car accident, and he was the last person of those 4 people who had died unnaturally within this last 2 years. Two of them had died by a car accident or bike accident. One had a very, very, very fatal bike accident. Like it was horrible. And two of them died one with disease and another with some asthma attack. Okay. So which is quite unnatural. Now I want to ask you something, that do you people fear when something happens creepy, unexplainable, or when you see some ghost. Stating this, that you don't know if I was one of them in doing that meeting or not.
Okay.
Oh my god, he planned it so that वो बंद करेगा last second में and all. You saw that?
Yeah,
Oh,
but you know
shit.
what? He faltered like how Hoezaay tries to end the stream. He was pressing his finger went all over the place.
You know, he had everything right.
Oh, I thought
And then he Hoezayed himself.
He Hoezayed himself.
I thought you were showing us a middle figure. So
Yeah, I was like, are you
No,
doing
no.
the camera's nose?
He was better than me. I go 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, I've not
So,
got the
what-
button.
wait.
1.
wait a second. So what was he trying to say?
Dude, you know, this disappearing is a
He
bit
was the
sad because
guy.
I had a lot
No,
of
he's saying
questions
that-
for him.
He might. Yeah, we had wanted to ask him more stuff. He's gone. Now
He
we'll
wa-
never.
he's
That's
trying to
scary,
say-
not knowing.
He's trying to say that he may have been one of the 4 people. Is it?
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's what he said. That's
That
what he
was
said,
awesome.
basically.
I really like the guy because he's
Yeah.
so he
He
framed
really.
his
Yeah, he
where
went
he
into
had
it. Yeah.
opening.
Yeah.
I think people are getting better and better at their storytelling during this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
good,
you
like-
set the premise, no, Cyrus. So they try to up you
Yeah,
with the delivery.
Tales of the script. I really appreciate it. I think you should have the best storytelling session.
You
like,
know,
he
now
was-
the next person will be like, and then they found a hand, and he'll take out a hand like that. He'll be like, here's the hand, and then we tick, 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 bye. You're like, what?
That'd be fucking amazing if people get more and more creative. Like one guy is narrating the story and suddenly like, pulls out a claw or some shit.
What
Don't
I'm
give them
worried about-
ideas.
Amazing, dude. What are we
I'm
doing with our
worried
lives
about-
anyway? Sorry.
Does anyone remember what that guy's name was? I just want to check. I got direct connection with morgues and all that stuff. So there's a
We'll check.
dead
Anupama,
person's
you
list
made
also.
it.
Voting list, jesa dead person's list where you can check.
Anupama's
their
trying to
name.
wake up somebody.
Suresh, how
I don't
scary
think
would that be?
Anupama knows. By the
Yeah.
way. Let's
Anupama
see
Suresh,
what
that would be
Anupama
so
does.
free. Okay, Anupama doing it's freaking me out. Please
Yeah,
don't. Please don't do that.
Anupama, we can see you. Can
Yeah,
you
but this
see
is
us?
that
Guys,
this
I've
this
got it.
angle is freaking me out.
We have to pretend like we're on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're all
Anupama,
on the
I
ground.
can't.
Hi.
I'm freaking out. So please pick.
Anupama, we're here.
Yeah. Have you tied the camera to a rat or an ant or
I
something?
don't know.
Why is it?
Yeah, what is she
He
doing?
doesn't know that.
Anupama, what are you doing? Please talk to us.
Please don't freak me. I'm freaking out with that visual. Please do something. Say something. Wave.
Anupama.
Sollungappa.
Oh, she got it by
Anupama.
mistake, Anupama?
Miss Krishnan.
Oh.
Miss Krishnan, I think you need
No,
subtitling.
No wonder people like these parts because this is even more creepier. Like
The
this
thing
two
is,
people.
I've been online for a very long time, and sorry, I think you need to get someone else.
Okay, take care.
Anupama, we had so much
That
expectations
was
out of
yeah.
you.
That was spooky, man. Anupama, thank you.
Don't forget to pick the phone up from the ground and disconnect it.
What is it? She tied it to an ant.
I don't know. Abhisha, are you here?
Oh, hi. Am I audible?
Yes.
Very,
Yeah.
Chiller,
very,
chiller.
very audible.
Yeah, I'm
Chiller.
good, sir. Suresh, sir. I'm
Good.
Chiller.
literally shivering for some reason. I
Arey,
don't know.
arey, is it cold?
Put the AC.
on.
Put the lights on. The lights are on.
Like,
Oh,
it's
your
fine.
phone.
So
It's
Video is
basically,
not on.
Miss Shetty, it's because it's the ghost story stream.
okay, so I'll start with the story.
Take your time. Take
So,
your time and listen. I just want to tell anyone over here, if you're comfortable, आपको हिंदी में बात करना है, हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं. We've said this before. If it's a language that three of us don't speak, Suresh knows 700 languages. He can translate.
722, by the way.
He's a linguist.
Yeah. A linguist.
Go for it. It's all
okay,
yours.
so basically, my nanny's sister told me this. So per nanny, basically my nanny's mom died after giving birth to my nanny. She's the youngest one. So my nanny and her sister had to shift to their mama mommy's place because whatever reason. So basically my nanny's sister, it was past midnight actually, and she wanted to go to loo. So since those days loos were outside, basically there were no loos. They had to do their thing in the jungle or whatever. So my nanny was very young, so she didn't want to wake her up because my nanny's sister wanted someone to go out with her. So she didn't want to bother a mama mommy also. So she couldn't control till morning also. So she took the courage and went outside. She was very, very, very scared also. Very scared and very afraid, whatever. She did her thing, and while coming home, she was literally shivering because she was very scared of the darkness and all.
Right.
So she saw someone, some figure or something, and she thought it was a mommy. And when you're very scared and if you see someone, you hug them like, my god, thank you, you're here, something like that. So she ran towards it and she hugged it, and suddenly it got disappeared. And she ran towards her home, and she had fever for 5 days or something like that. She's not sure whether, I mean, she doesn't remember that much. She thinks maybe she was like little scared or something. That's why she had saw that figure or something like that. Or maybe it was an actual one. She doesn't remember
बाप
that.
रे, किसी को बताया उन्होंने कि ऐसे ही, but then she let it go.
She
No, she told
obviously
everybody.
hope.
Otherwise, how would they know?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Sometimes the
Just thought
mind
I'd ask
also
that
plays
question.
tricks, in the dark.
Yeah, that could be the thing. Or maybe
Yeah.
a real one. I don't know.
You
But I
know,
think the mind really
yeah.
messes with like things you think
Yeah.
you've seen, but then never happened.
And it does in such a way that you can actually, it's difficult to even feel like you've not really felt that, because your mind tricks you into feeling a presence, the skin, the temperature, everything of that. But it's insane that she got fever after. And did Abhisha, did she realize what she had done, or did she just disregard it fully and then thought about it later?
No, she just basically told me this only, that she hugged it and suddenly it disappeared. I don't know. I did not have a conversation with her regarding whether she had any physical touch or something like that.
Yeah.
I should probably have that later on, maybe. But yeah, this is she told me
Wow.
once.
Thank you so much, Abhisha. That
It's
is
a lovely,
beautiful,
sweet story,
freaky
though.
story. Yeah,
I
Abhisha,
just want to say thank you. It's a great opportunity to talk to you guys. And Cyrus, sir, you are my first celebrity crush. I need to say that.
Abhisha, thank you so much. I want to congratulate you on your great choice in men.
You know, Abhisha,
You're the best.
when I was young, I had a crush on Cyrus,
Yeah.
growing up watching him.
Yeah. But
Same
Abhisha,
pinch.
unlike you, he was the creepy guy. It was Cyril Diab's in and as Dar. But yeah, that was a beautiful, actually, that was a kind of a beautiful story also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abhisha.
Thank you, Abhisha.
Of the spirit. Thank you so much.
The weird part is, guys, I was reading this blog on ghost stories, and there was this weird article about a ghost written that it was standing in the middle of the road one day, and someone just came and hugged it from the back. And it was very
Wow, that's
nice. So Cyril was thinking this while Abhisha was explaining a joke. Cyril was coming.
Listen.
Hey, that's a nice.
You have
moment.
to think it from both perspectives,
Correct,
right? I mean, yeah, it's not right to just think of one perspective. Hoezaay, you know what? Let me and Cyrus will back me up on this. Suresh will back.
Sure.
People who disrespect ghosts, they tend to come to their houses.
No,
in
it's
the
true.
night.
Because they can sense the weakness in their thought, in their mind.
Yeah.
Like Hoezaay, underneath this joke stuff, bro, be careful what you're attracting.
Yeah, dude. I respect it. Whatever it is, and I just
don't
want
do
to tell
this
you.
to me.
But for the ghosts, don't go to Hoezaay because Hoezaay is awake playing games.
They're waiting for me to go to sleep, and they're like,
And then
"Oh,
they
time
realize it's
nikal gaya."
daytime, it's time for them to sleep. So they.
Oh, wait a minute, Hoezaay. Is that why you don't sleep at night?
Maybe. Actually, it could be. Maybe I'm scared of ghosts. Bulalo dar lagega. Is what he said.
अरे वो
Pratham, is that you?
Yeah.
वो बालिश किधर गया भाई?
Balesh
Hi,
is not getting a
Pratham.
chance to come in
Hi.
because waiting room एकदम भर गया है.
Packed.
क्या चला?
डर जाओ.
सर सबसे पहले तो सुरेश सर बिग फैन सर.
हम भी हैं. सुरेश के फैन.
सुरेश के फैन. Go for it, buddy. Well listening.
हाँ, so ये जो स्टोरी हम बताने वाले ये एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग हुआ, क्योंकि ये स्टोरी अभी जहाँ हम घर में रह रहे उसी में हुई.
अरे बाप रे.
और ये चीज अभी तक हम एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं. And you won't believe this. अभी just a month ago, while watching your stream, I have experienced it. लेकिन जो एक्सपीरियंस किए वो वाला नहीं है. ये जब हमको शुरू में कब एक्सपीरियंस हुआ उस समय से, तो उस समय का बता रहे हैं. So at that time I was in class 5, I think 5 or 6. So at that time मेरी मम्मी और घर पे कोई था नहीं, ठीक है, ये दोपहर 12 बजे का बात है, रात के 12 नहीं, दोपहर 12 बजे। और उस समय कोई घर पे था नहीं, सिर्फ हम और मेरे दादाजी थे, और हम लोग थे मेरे ड्राइंग रूम में। तो ड्राइंग रूम में जैसे एक दीवान होता है ना छोटा, एक एक आदमी के बस लेटने वाला पलंग टाइप का, तो वैसे पलंग में मेरे दादाजी लेटे हुए थे और उसके बगल में सोफा था, तो सोफा पे हम लेटे हुए थे और दादाजी मेरे सो रहे थे और हम सोफा पे लेटे हुए थे और टीवी देख रहे थे। तो घर पे कोई था नहीं, और मेरा घर जैसे कि हम लोग के नीचे मार्केट है, ये पूरा घर मेरा ही है, तो नीचे हम लोग मार्केट में दिए हुए हैं और ऊपर में हम लोग रहते हैं। तो अचानक से हम जब टीवी देख रहे थे तो अचानक से हमको चूड़ी का आवाज़ सुनाई दिया। तो और घर में मेरे सिर्फ दो ही लोग हैं, दो ही लेडीज हैं, मम्मी या तो मेरी चाची। उस समय दोनों कोई घर पे, सिर्फ हम में दादाजी थे। तो हमको लगा कि शायद मेरी मम्मी स्कूल से आ गई हो, कि वो स्कूल में पढ़ाती थी और मेरे वेकेशंस चल रहे थे। तो हम जाके चेक किए, तो इट्स लाइक कि जैसे कि ये मेरा अगर ड्राइंग रूम है, तो यहाँ से एक कॉरिडोर जाता है और ड्राइंग रूम के इधर भी एक दरवाज़ा है, इधर एक पैसेज है, तो यहाँ से एंट्रेंस है, इधर ड्राइंग रूम, इधर से भी एक जाने का रास्ता है उधर, और इधर से भी। तो हम लेटे हुए थे, देख रहे थे, तो हमको लगा कि शायद चूड़ी का आवाज़ आया। तो पहले मुझे लगा कि हो सकता है कि शायद मेरा वहम हो। दूसरे बार फिर से आया, और मतलब 1-2 मिनट बाद फिर से आया, तो हमको थोड़ा सा डर लगा कि क्या हो सकता है। तो हमको लगा शायद 1 मिनट के लिए कि शायद हो सकता है कि मम्मी आ गई हो। तो हम म्यूट किए और हम गए और चेक किए, तो देखे कि कोई है नहीं। तो फिर हमको लगा कि हो सकता है कि टीवी में बजा हो, लेकिन अजीब बात ये था कि हम कार्टून देख रहे थे और कार्टून्स में तो ऐसा कुछ होता है नहीं।
चूड़ी खनकने की आवाज।
हाँ,
हाँ।
तो हम वापस आ गए, लेट गए, और हमको लगा कि हो सकता है कि मेरा वहम हो। हम लेट गए और उसके बाद फिर थोड़ा देर बाद फिर से चूड़ी खनकने का आवाज़ आया। तो उस समय फिर हम म्यूट कर दिए टीवी को और फिर से सुनने का कोशिश की कि शायद फिर से आए, फिर से आए, फिर से आए, बट देयर वाज नथिंग। एंड वैसे मुझे लगा कि शायद आई मस्ट बी हैलुसिनेटिंग, आई लेफ्ट इट। नेक्स्ट डे अगेन एट 12 PM, सेम टाइम, चूड़ी खनकने का आवाज़ आया। नाउ द थिंग इज, वही टाइम पे और वही सेम टाइम पे हुआ, और उस समय फिर हमको लगा कि शायद हम सुने। फिर हम गए, चेक किए, कुछ नहीं था, सब कुछ नॉर्मल। फिर वापस आके हम लेट गए और अब मुझे समझ में आ गया कि कुछ शायद है। हमको पहले लगा कि हो सकता है कि कोई ऊपर बार बार इस समय चढ़ने का कोशिश कर रहा है, क्योंकि बहुत बार ऐसा होता था कि हम लोग का मार्केट प्लेस था, तो जहाँ मैं रहता हूँ वहाँ वो पूरा मतलब स्टेशनरी मार्केट है, होलसेल पूरा वहाँ पे बिक्री होता है। तो कई बार लोग ऊपर आ जाते थे समझ के कि ऊपर भी मार्केट होगा खरीदने के लिए। तो हमको लगा कि हो सकता है कि कोई आया हो, या हो सकता है कि कोई मिलने आ रहा हो, लेकिन देखा हो कि कोई है नहीं तो चला गया हो। तो एक बार जब फिर चोरी खरीदने का आवाज़ आया, तो हम दरवाज़ा के पास गए, और दरवाज़ा के बगल में एक छोटा सा विंडो टाइप का है, तो वहाँ से हम झाँके तो कोई नहीं था। तो फिर हमको लगा कि हो सकता है कि नीचे में, क्योंकि 12 बजे के आसपास दुकानें खुलना शुरू हो जाती है, तो हमको लगा कि हो सकता है कि चाबी वो लोग से खोल रहा हो तो उसका आवाज़ हो। तो इट वाज क्वाइट नेचुरल कि हो सकता वही होगा, क्योंकि ज़्यादा डिफरेंस था नहीं। तो हम वापस आ गए और फिर देखने लगे, लेकिन फिर आया, और इस बार ऐसा लगा कि जैसे कि वो चूड़ी का आवाज़ और पास आ रहा है। तो जैसे कि हम बताएं कि इधर से एक कॉरिडोर जा रहा है, ये रूम है, ये कॉरिडोर जा रहा है, और ये भी एक हॉल है जहाँ पे जो पूरा घर का एंट्रेंस हॉल है। तो हमको लगा कि कॉरिडोर में कोई आ रहा है और चूड़ी खड़कने का आवाज़ उन्हीं से तरफ से आ रहा है धीरे धीरे। तब हम बहुत डर गए। फिर हम बंद किए टीवी और ध्यान से सुनने की कोशिश किए, और इस बार लगा कि ड्राइंग रूम के दरवाजा के ठीक कोने से आया आवाज़। और उस समय बहुत ज़्यादा डर गए, बहुत ज़्यादा डर गए, लेकिन फिर भी हमको लगा कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि ऐसा कभी हुआ नहीं था। तो हमको लगा कि हो सकता है कि हम कुछ गलती सुन रहे होंगे, और हम फिर से टीवी जला के भूल गए वो बात। लेकिन हमको याद था, मेरे दादाजी बोलते थे कि ऐसा सब भूत ऊत वाला किस्सा इस घर में होते हैं, और वो हमको ऐसा सुनाते थे। अब दादा लोग या दादी लोग तो ऐसा बहुत सारे भूत वाले किस्से सुनाते हैं, तो हमको लगा कि उनसे डिस्कस करते हैं। तो नेक्स्ट डे जब हम दादी से डिस्कस किए, सो ही इज़ लाइक इन दिस तंत्र मंत्र विद्या, तो उनको मतलब ये सब का काफ़ी शौक है, उनके पास काफ़ी सारे ऐसे बुक्स भी पढ़े हुए हैं, तो वो ऐसे प्रैक्टिसेस भी करते हैं। वो एक्चुअली देवी की पूजा करते हैं, तो उसमें जो जो रहता है। सो व्हाट हैपेंड कि जब उनको बताया तो उन्होंने कहा कि देखो हो सकता है कि कुछ होगा, ठीक है, अगली बार हो तो तुम उनको उठा देना। तो हम बोले कि आपको उठाने का हम बार कोशिश किए थे, आप इतना सो रहे थे कि आप उठे नहीं। तो वो बोले कि ठीक है, तो तुम जाना और पूछना कि कौन हो तुम। तो हमको पहले बोले कि हम ऐसे कैसे पूछ दे, कोई आके गला उला मार दिया तो आप तो सोए रह जाएंगे, हम तो गए। तो वो बोले कि नहीं नहीं कुछ होगा नहीं, हम है ना, हम जब तक है तुमको कुछ नहीं होगा, तुम बस बोलो। तो हम बोले ठीक है। नेक्स्ट डे फिर ऐसा, और जब फिर ऐसा हुआ तो इट वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग कैसा होगा। हम जब गए वहाँ पे तो देखे कोई नहीं है, और हम मतलब हॉल के बीच में हम खड़े हैं बस, और चुपचाप खड़े हैं, और एकदम मतलब ऐसा रात अंधेरा नहीं है उस हॉल में, इट्स लाइक दिन दोपहर का 12 बज रहा है, और सामने में हम लोग का एक बालकनी, काफ़ी लंबा बालकनी, तो उसमें बहुत सारा लाइट भी आ रहा है, और जो ऊपर नीचे से एंट्रेंस है उसके ठीक बगल में ऊपर छत का भी एंट्रेंस है। तो जब हम वहाँ खड़े थे तो चूड़ी का आवाज़ आया कि शायद उस छत के एंट्रेंस है। तो उस समय चूड़ी का आवाज़ आया तो हम थोड़ा डर गए, लेकिन हम हिम्मत जुटाए और बोले कि कौन हो, जो भी हो सामने आओ या प्रकट करो खुद को। हम बहुत ज़ोर से चिल्लाए थे, और उसी समय जो मेरे साथ हुआ, और अभी भी ये सुना रहे तो हमको गूज़बम्स आ गया है। लिटरली लिटरली मेरे इस कान के बगल में, जैसे कि नहीं होता है कि अगर कोई आप खड़े हो और आपके एक हाथ को यहाँ रखे या कुछ भी यहाँ पे हो तो आपको एक सेंसेशन हो जाए, लेकिन आपको छुए नहीं।
करेक्ट।
लिटरली मुझे लगा कि यहाँ पे कोई है, और मेरे इस कान के मतलब अभी भी सुना है, 2-3 बार वो गूज़बम्स आ चुके हैं ऑलरेडी, क्योंकि ये एकदम लेजिटली हुआ था। यहाँ पे किसी ने चूड़ी का खन किया, और एकदम क्लियर चूड़ी का खनकने का आवाज यहाँ पे। उस समय जो मेरा हुआ, नहीं इस वाला भी नहीं, एकदम जैसे कि छन छन टाइप्स।
वो सांप है सुरेश।
So that was, और उस समय जो हम डरे, हम भागे, और बहुत जोर से भागे, ड्राइंग रूम में गए, ड्राइंग रूम बंद किया, और मुंह बंद करके पिलो से अपने फेस कवर करके लेट। फिर जब सब कोई आया, मम्मी आए घर पे, सबको हम बताए, सब कोई को बताया, कोई यकीन नहीं किया, डेफिनेटली कोई नहीं करेगा, लेकिन दादाजी को जब हम बताए कि ऐसा हुआ तो दादाजी बोले हो सकता था कोई हो, क्योंकि ऐसा होता है, उनके साथ भी होता है, और ये हो सकता है कि जो भी होगा वो तुम मिलने आया होगा या तुमसे कुछ कहना चाहता होगा, वो कह दिया और चला गया, अब तुमको कुछ नहीं करेगा। बैक टू देन आज भी कितना बार हुआ, जैसे कि हम दिखाने की कोशिश करते कि ये जो है ये विंडोज है यहाँ पे, और इस विंडोज के उस तरफ टॉयलेट है, ठीक है। तो हम नाइट स्टडीज करते हैं, तो जनरली हम 1-2 बजे तक जगे रहते हैं, तो कोई भी फैमिली मेंबर गुजरता है तो पता चल जाता है कि कोई छाया टाइप का गुजरा, और हम विंडोज बंद ही रखते तो भी पता चल जाता है, और वहाँ पे और जनरली लाइट जल जाता है बाथरूम का, तो पता चल जाता है कोई टॉयलेट गया हो। ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है कि कुछ गुजरा है लेकिन लाइट नहीं जला है, और हम अब अजीब लगा कि डेफिनेटली बात है, जैसे ही कोई गुजरता है लाइट जल जाता है और पता चल जाता है। तो जब गुजरा और लाइट नहीं जला और हम चेक किए हैं तो कुछ नहीं था, कुछ भी नहीं, दूर दूर तक कुछ नहीं, हम सब कोई सो रहा था। कई बार ऐसा भी हुआ है कि हमको फुटस्टेप सुनाई दिया, और जैसे कि मेरे टाइल्स हैं, और टाइल्स पे कोई अगर नंगे पैर चलेगा तो एक थम थम का फुटस्टेप्स आता है।
इट्स डल
हाँ, बिल्कुल क्लियर फुटस्टेप्स सुनाई दिया है, और सामने कॉरिडोर है, उस कॉरिडोर सुनाई दिया है, और हम रूम से बाहर निकल के कॉरिडोर में भी चेक किए, कुछ नहीं। अच्छा, ये सब पैरानॉर्मल थिंग सिर्फ मेरे साथ नहीं हुआ है, मेरे फैमिली के मेरे चाची के साथ भी ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है कि उनको फील हुआ है कि कोई शैडो किचन से गुजरा है। मेरी मम्मी के साथ ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है कि वो जब पूजा रूम में अपना सिंदूर छोड़ के गई है, फिर थोड़ा देर बाद आई है तो देखिए कि पूरा सिंदूर फैला हुआ है, और मतलब थोड़ा देर क्या, जैसे कि रखे गए, कुछ सामान ली और आ गए विदिन 30 सेकेंड्स,
और कुछ गिरा हुआ है जमीन पे।
हाँ, और सिंदूर गिरा हुआ है, पूरा फैला हुआ है जमीन पे। अब अगर कोई चूहा होगा तो वो तो सिर्फ गिराएगा ना, वो थोड़ी ना उसके पूरा होली खेलने लगेगा.
It depends. Some of them can be very intelligent. But sir, wow, sir.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. But I feel
Thank you.
I feel those spirits are there just to, they're sharing a house with you. They're not harming you in any way.
नहीं, मेरे दादाजी बोला करते थे.
एक glass पानी रख देना बस.
Yeah. Pratham, if you ever hear any sound कि हबूबू बोल रहे हैं ना, तो थोड़ा सा
Cyrus है बाहर.
हाँ, Cyrus है बाहर, वो टॉयलेट यूज कर रहे हैं.
Thank you, Pratham. Thank you so much.
Pratham, that's a great story.
इतनी अच्छी कहानी इतनी अच्छी तरह बताई आपने. Thank you so much, brother.
और I like the way he was describing. आप civil engineering के लिए पढ़ रहे हैं ऐसा लग रहा था मुझे. अच्छी बात.
यार,
the way he described the corridor, window.
क्या पढ़ाई कर रहे हो?
घर कैसे कर रहे हैं?
अभी मैं जेई का प्रिपरेशंस कर रहा हूँ.
चलो ठीक है.
और
best of luck, buddy.
पटना से.
आप सुरेश के लिंक्डइन अकाउंट पे जाइए, वो आपसे
मैंने
बात
ट्राई
करना
किया
चाहते हैं
था
डिटेल में, एकदम डिटेल में.
कौन सा मैंने ट्राई किया था लिंक्डइन पे, लेकिन वो फिर मैं आपके स्ट्रीम पे बिजी हो गया था तो मैं छोड़ दिया.
थैंक यू प्रथम. बेस्ट ऑफ लक एग्जाम्स के लिए.
मजे करना.
क्या
कबर्ड में जो ऊपर बैठे हैं उनको भी हाय बोलना मेरी तरफ से.
I just want to take this opportunity to ask a question, and I want to understand how the rules of this work, right? How do the rules of engagement for spirits work? Because I realize that they're so punctual, right? Everything's on the dot, right? Everything's at a particular time. Like, how does that work? Is there a rule for a spirit to come at like 12 o'clock?
They have the hour, na? The 3 o'clock or something is known as the hour.
12 o'clock.
So who's keeping the time for them?
They can see the time, na?
Oh, I want to know.
I think I think we need to get a doctor in at some point and ask these questions because what the fuck,
wonderful,
these are legit questions.
Maybe
really
the doctor,
helping.
Maybe the doctor just recommend that the 4 of us should be treated very soon.
Suresh, your hair going this way.
I just, halfway through, I was not sure with Suresh or Suhail said. I was like, कौन है भाई, कैसे हो गया? Anyway, Dusky Samurai says, just here to say, ululululu, going now because I'm scared of ghost stories. Aravneer also had sent a message in between. We crossed the 4,000 mark. Big round of applause, guys. क्या बात है?
This is absolutely marvelous. Marvelous.
The fools kept talking to people.
I'm Googling photographs of spirits, bro. It's freaking me out. There's a lot of photographic evidence of spirits.
You're going to drive yourself insane if you Google that shit. People wanted to just say that Cyril looking like an anime Michael Jackson. I'm not exactly sure what that is about, what kind of comment that is. But anime, not animal.
Animal, Suresh.
Cyril, you're looking very whitey today.
Have you opened up a Word document or something on your computer?
I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
All right, let's keep going. Don't forget to hit like on the stream. That really helps with the algae.
Cyril, I did not like what I saw.
Oh, okay.
Aisha,
thank you very much.
Waiting for her audio to connect. And
Aisha is smiling like this.
Oh my God.
Who's behind Aisha?
1 minute. Holy fuckadooly. Who is behind Aisha in that image?
It's just 2 other people. It looks like a regular party. Aisha,
No. The white behind her.
Oh my
God.
God.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure how much you can see because there's not too much.
It's a good vibe.
It's kind of
good vibe. Hi Aisha, what's going on?
Hi.
Nice,
good to see lighting. You guys. Big fan. Also, like I'm really nervous right now. Suddenly,
we can talk about other things before you get to the ghost story.
What's going on, Aisha? Looking lovely. Are you outdoor?
1 second. Sorry. Yeah, I got the wrong AirPods.
That's a street lamp. That's a street lamp behind her.
Where are you, Aisha?
How did you put
That's
the
a terrace light. I'm in
terrace?
Calcutta and we are in lockdown. Yeah, having it's a Saturday night drinks on the terrace while listening to.
Sounds like a fun time. Sounds like a fun time.
You guys are going to see.
It is.
You guys are going to see ghosts really soon.
But Calcutta, Cal has some trippy ghost stories, man.
Yeah. By the way, Cyrus, we met you at CCFC and you were like really, really sweet to us, and that's the first celebrity who was actually
that was
really
not
nice.
Cyrus.
Yeah, you were
That was
really
not
nice
Cyrus.
to-
That
Not
was the wrong
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
I was the one who said that comment about the Kangna thing, and then you guys were like, okay, why did we read that? But okay, it doesn't matter. So I'll get to the story.
Ghost stories.
So this is in 2008, and I was in college in Michigan, and this is during Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving happens on Thursday, obviously. So everyone's gone home, and just to give you a little bit of a backdrop, my hostel, my dorm was further away from the bigger dorms. And this dorm was like, there were basically cottages, and there are 2 floors. The ground floor is like a common area, and then the first floor is like for boys, and the second floor is girls. And there are about 12 of us on each floor, and no one's there because everyone's gone home for Thanksgiving. And I'm aware of that. And we're going to go to a friend's house. Like on Thursday, we're going to drive down for Thanksgiving. And one of my friends is also like international students. Obviously, you're not going to fly back home for Thanksgiving. So he was in a cottage like right next to me. So we were just chilling, and he was in his room. I was watching Rock On. I clearly remember. And it was around 12:20 in the night. And I was like, okay, let me go finish my shower quickly. And we have, these are common bathrooms, right? So like, you have to like take your like whatever your shower stuff, and you go take a shower and you come back.
That's why I thought.
So I was like, okay, and what?
No, sorry, you did that.
It's okay.
So
Hoezaay is interrupting.
He is interrupting everyone.
Yeah, almost. You can say the American equivalent, basically. So, so just to give you context, when I get out of my room, on both sides there's this glass panel on the cottage, like going from top to bottom, so you can see like on both sides. So when you get out, and there are these trees that like literally like this in the springtime and all, okay, fine, it looks really nice, but this is like Thanksgiving time, so they're barren, and both sides there are these barren trees. Usually it doesn't bother. Also, like our this dorm, it's called Oxford Housing. It was right opposite a cemetery, okay, like where people from the Civil War and all that, and we've gone to explore and all that. It was never creepy like that. So I get out of my room, I go for a shower, and quick shower, I come back, and I'm getting out of my bathroom, and over there, like, usually you just wear a bathrobe and you just come back to your room and get ready, right? So I'm in my bathroom, and I know no one's there. Like, I know no one's there in my building, okay? And I just come out and I see this guy, like a normal Michigan, like I could tell he's like a student or whatever, because he has this jumper on, and like not like a weird looking person or anything either. But it was kind of creepy because no one's supposed to be there, and this guy just smiles, and I'm like, okay. And my room is at the end of the hallway, and I just quickly like get into my room and I shut it and I make sure I lock it, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? But then I'm like, there was this one roommate at the end of the one hallmate at the end of the hall who she used to come and go, and you never know, when she's there. So I thought maybe she may be there, her guest has come, I don't know. So I let it go, and maybe this is like maybe a minute in, just got changed and everything, and I hear, so like I said, my room is at the end of the hallway, right? So if anybody opens the door, and these doors, like you can hear, like the main doors, they close with a thud, like they close slowly, but they close enough, like there's enough sound for you to know that the door has been opened. I hear the door open, and I'm like, no one's supposed to be here, or like door open or shut, I don't know, but whatever, the sound happened, okay? And in the middle of like, I don't know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds of me trying to put together like what is going on, I can hear like, and so my room, okay, so it's like a normal like hotel room, if you think like it's a basic hallway and then is the room, like it's a little small passage and then it's the room, and I'm like standing not right in the passage, like next to the passage, so I can't see the passage, but I can hear my door handle coming down, okay? And there are so many thoughts at that point. I'm like frozen, obviously, also, and there are too many things but I don't know how much of a span of time, maybe 10 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever. I muster up the courage and I like try to walk towards the door. And while I'm walking towards the door, mind you, like I can see the handle going down and then the handle staying there for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, like staying there and then just left. Okay. By then I've walked up and there's a peephole and I look out through the peephole. Okay. And also another thing. So these doors, we have the card things to check, like to get in and get out. But this was made in, I don't know, like long time ago in Bethlehem. So there's like, they have the keyholes, but they are of no use anymore. Like you have the keyholes though still. So I check in the peephole and there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. And mind you, the peephole, you can kind of, if you move a little bit, you can't see the end of the hallway, but you can see a little more of the periphery, right? Yeah, like exactly. And obviously I'm like shaking at that point and I can't see anything. So I look down at the peephole, like through the peephole.
You look
and
down while looking, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like between, like I was like first there and then I'm like now looking through the peephole, like, the key peephole. And there's this weird sort of a mist, but I don't call it a fog. It's just mist. It could be smoke, but the thing is, there are smoke alarms, and there's no reason to have smoke like randomly there. But obviously, my mind is not processing so much, so I go back again to the peephole at the eye level, and there's nothing there again. And then I come back, and there's still that mist there. And obviously, I'm like freaking out, losing my brains. I don't know what's happening. I just like managed to come up near my bed. My phone was there. Like called my friend who was in the cottage next door, and I called him and I was like, dude, you have to come. And I was freaking out. I was acting like a mad person. I was like, you gotta come. And he came, and there was nothing, and there's no way to explain this either. And I asked my other hallmates also if they've ever experienced anything like this before, and none of them have experienced anything before like this. They have felt like they've been being watched in the shower and stuff, but that's like, like, I think it's also in your head, like, you just feel like maybe like it's normal.
But how do you
just think that,
explain the door going down like that?
What is that?
That's the other thing. And I saw and door going down, and like and not just that, like even that door, like then I'm thinking like if there was a real person, and suppose that person or whatever, I saw a person when I left the shower thing, and
a form. You saw a form of a person.
No,
it wasn't
a form. It was pretty much like a person. I thought it's a person standing. Then he's wearing like full college jersey and like college gear, and I'm like, okay, must be someone, whatever. I didn't think too much of it. But then it all happened in very fast succession as well.
Yeah, it also could be 2 to 3 different things that are patched together. You saw a person, that person maybe is a real person and all that. And the door situation may be something else, but they've somehow timed each other in a very weird way.
Yeah, but those doors are not they're like those exit doors, like the fire exit doors at like a hotel or a mall or something. You literally have to push it. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. But even the lock is like a straight line.
Right.
Down.
You just correct. So it's weird, and there's no explanation to it. But and this was in November, and then like I stayed there till like April, and nothing ever happened, and it wasn't creepy or anything. But
in the back of your head,
it was pretty.
That is
Aisha, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Aisha,
I do have one plausible explanation, but you said there's nobody in the building. Maybe a child who likes to smoke wandered over and tried to get into the
sounds.
Anyway, I don't know.
I don't think there are any children there, but
a very tiny man.
Yeah.
Anyway, take care, Aisha.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Aisha.
As you know, Harami Chat is having a field day. Somebody said word count 9,000.
Someone said Mars pहुंच गया.
Freaky though. If something like that happened, I'd be on my toes like all the time after that. Anyway, Mohit says this story deserves a movie that should never be made. I'd already started reading it, so I couldn't stop. Let's keep going. I should read the full thing first. Hold on. For our turmeric sipping Donald Trump, Ankit, thank you so much. How sweet of you. Bionic Gamer says 3 to 4 a.m. is the time when the human mind is most perceptive / vulnerable to any activity happening around us. As we are in our REM, which is a great band, REM cycle, rapid eye movement. Bionic Gamer, basically with Peshabi Balu, they made the opening of the stream, by the way. The tung, 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 tung. Ye wala. This, hold on. Anido. Ding, dong. Yeah. That's it. And of course, do it. We won't be scared. Just don't say, wow, that was the quietest sneeze I've ever heard in my life.
Switch my mic off, you freak.
Oh. How did you do that? Amazing.
I think he's taking a photo, guys.
I'm gonna get something to munch on for a second. 1 second. I'll be back.
That is making all of us hungry.
Yeah. I'm done. I ate a lot.
Warm butter wafers.
Crispy butter.
So this is J Fudney. G Fudney.
G. Suresh, that's a G. The J
is
sorry, man. It's just screen horizontally inverted.
G Fudney wali story. What a long name he has got anyway.
G Fudney wali story. As he gently bites into
But I never met somebody who's got a surname story.
No. So what's happening is that for people to get Hoezaay's attention now, they write their story as their name now.
See, this is a challenge, right? Challenge. मैं challenge accept किया. Anyway, if Balesh, if we know who you are, please let us know. We try to find you over here with your update.
I know this guy.
That's Cyrus, Cyril. You know him?
No, he looks like Sunil Grover in a very odd manner.
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys?
Hi,
Can you
how
hear me?
Sunil? Yes, we can hear you. How are you?
Yeah,
Sunil?
Sunil.
Confused.
I'm Sunil's doppelganger.
Sunil's doppelganger.
Yeah. Okay.
What you got? What do you got? Tell us.
So I'm just gonna jump straight into the story. Then I'm gonna tell you guys, like how big a fan I'm of you guys. So.
Please, we'll give you time. We'll give you time.
You can give us super chats, no problem.
For the story, you get about 8 minutes. For that, you'll get 15 minutes.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so this story was told to me by my girlfriend. So this incident happened to one of her friends during the college. So this friend of hers belonged from a army background. So her dad was in the army. So they were from Delhi, and so it's like there were two daughters, mom and dad, right? So coming to the story, so dad got a call that they had to relocate from Delhi to Jaipur. So they had to kind of settle all the things in Delhi because it was a long haul that the dad had to move to Jaipur for some kind of a duty or something like that. So the thing is that they settled stuff down in Delhi, and they kind of got a big ass house in Jaipur, and they kind of managed to get that house for an absolute steal deal. So मतलब 1 crore का house probably in 50 lakhs. So I mean they were kind of chuffed कि मतलब हमको कैसे, how did we manage to get such a big house at such a low price? So they kind of just went with it, and the thing is that weird things started happening with the friend's mom. So I mean the daughters were probably in their mid-teens, probably 13 or 14. So they were very young to understand what was happening. So at night, probably when the mom was sleeping, dad was not around because he was on his duty. So she could hear some whispers, like not particularly her name or anything, but she could hear some whispers randomly. Yeah, just like that, just the way Suresh. So it kind of happened for like a day or two. So she thought something's wrong, but she kind of kept quiet about it, and she's like, let's see what happens. So then it kind of stopped. Then something else started happening, like the tap would randomly just turn on in the middle of the night or probably during the day. So this is like, she's like, what the fuck is happening? So she kind of informed her husband about this. The kids were too young to kind of to be told about this, so she kept them out of the loop. So uncle kind of checked everything, and the plumber also came to the house to check, and he said everything is fine. So now the real kicker comes in here. So one day she was in this, say the front yard of the house. She was sitting and doing her chores. So she was sitting, and kind of the way we sit on a chair in a peripheral when someone walks, you kind of see someone walking and you just know like someone passed through.
That's right.
Yeah. So she kind of noticed that someone passed, and she didn't pay heed because she thought it must be a neighbor or someone like that. So this kind of happened once or twice. So she kind of started thinking, okay, what is happening? So third time, that mysterious figure kind of kept coming closer in a peripheral. So she kind of stood up from the chair, okay. And when she stood up, she turned around and she saw this girl in a red traditional ensemble, like a wedding attire. And she was completely burnt head to toe.
Oh, wow.
So she saw this and she got freaked out. She was shell-shocked and she had no idea what to do, right? So like she was in a state of shock. She couldn't move. And she felt like someone was choking her. That lady or that girl was choking her by the neck.
What?
Yeah. So she kind of collapsed there, and she kind of did not recite this incident to the uncle for like, I don't know, for a few days or something. So one day, the same thing happened to her again when she was kind of drying the clothes, probably in a balcony or somewhere. And she saw this exact mysterious figure standing like probably a floor down. This must be a 2-story. And she saw this, and I have no idea how she handled it. So she kind of saw and she freaked out. And she probably called the uncle, and he came back. The kids were small, so they were kept out of the loop yet again. So they kind of called, and this uncle came. She narrated the whole story to him, like as to what happened, then about the whispers and all that was going on for the past few days or weeks, I guess. And so the uncle kind of probed, and he was like, okay, theek hai, like let's see what is happening. And they started asking people around who used to stay. So it turns out that the previous owners that used to live there before these guys, they're kind of an Orthodox family, and they kind of burned this girl alive right after the marriage because of some disagreement with the in-laws or something like that that happened. So probably something like that happened, and that's the reason that soul or that ghost probably was just kind of wandering around the place or something like that. So they kind of just left the house after a few months, and yeah. So I mean, their daughters came to know probably after they grew up, probably in their late 20s or something like that.
She never spoke about it to them.
No, she never did, because I guess it happened to the daughters as well. But I mean, she asked them if anything like that happened, but the daughters were too young to probably, grasp or, understand if someone was whispering. But those whispers, like their mother said, were quite clear. Like someone would just whisper something random at night for a long time, and she would kind of follow it, but she could not figure out as to where that.
It must be petrifying for her, man.
Yeah, it must
be in their house at night.
I
not
swear,
communicating this shit with anyone else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and really moving altogether to a different city, right? So I mean, you have no relatives around. You can't talk to anybody. The neighbors are quite unknown to you, so you have no idea what's happening. So
and then if it was winters, it gets really foggy and
yeah, exactly.
It's quite unnerving, man.
Jaipur, yeah, and I think
Jaipur has hard winters.
Yeah, and I think Rajasthan is generally known for these incidents happening, like ghost stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Well,
but I think they moved
there's a lot of folklore for sure.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
बहुत सारी कहानियां हैं.
Totally. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us. Yeah.
Yeah. But by the way, if I have another minute or two, Hoezaay, Suresh.
Now you have 15.
Thanks, man. Hoezaay, Suresh, and Cyril have been a huge fan. I mean, I've been following Kanmasi since 2011.
Wow.
And it's been a crazy thing, man. Like, also
So
shout out to
unfortunate,
Ankit, man. That guy's not here. But
He's there
Ankit is
somewhere
another legend.
watching us.
Ankit ka bacha
Sending
hua
all
hai.
the
He's become a
dirty
dad and he's taking care of his kid and all. He's
What's the Ankit story?
Ankit was
no,
on the
that guy's-
podcast with us. Yeah.
On the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, crazy.
You are
I
Ankit
just,
now,
like-
Cyrus.
And Cyrus, huge fan. You since like you and Hoezaay since MTV, man. Like MTV, Youngistan and like all that.
Thanks, man. Thank
Can
you
you
so
imagine
much,
the pressure on people like me going to MTV and then seeing Cyrus and then they're like, "Jao, karo jo wo kar raha hai." I'll always
I'm
hate Cyrus.
crazy. Yeah,
Chal.
and Hoezaay, especially that episode of Kamal Khan where you were taking his case, man. Absolutely
I was not. I was
legendary.
respectfully. I was interviewing him.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
He's a
Chalo.
good guy.
That was actually
Hey, guys,
genius.
thanks
Jose,
for
that was
taking
genius.
me
Okay.
in, man. Thanks for
Cheers,
taking me in.
cheers.
Love you guys.
See you
Bye.
guys. Take
Cheers,
care.
brother. Thank you.
Wow. You know, people might not have. I don't know what people think of that story, but I don't know if I told you guys that story. But when I was at home, I was much younger, and I saw this shadow come out of the just like Suresh's curtains, just like that, from the dark area. I was very, very young. I was in school. I remember something came out from this darkness. I don't know whether I was dreaming or what. Suresh, that's damn creepy because you become so still when
Suresh.
you're doing that.
Suresh, by the way, you did
yes.
this. You did this in the middle of that story, and I couldn't focus.
I was like, what's happening?
I was like, what the fuck?
No, so I don't know if I told Cyrus this, but something came out and then grabbed me by the throat and just kept slowly
shit.
squeezing, slowly.
Kamal Khan.
slowly. It was him.
No, we discussed
And that's the end of that
this.
story.
Yeah.
No. So long story short, for people who've not heard it, I would we were all sleep on the same bed. So I turned to my mom and I said, Mama, something's catching me. And she said, shut up and go to sleep. And gave me one sort of nudge. And I was like, oh God. And anyway, I tried to say a prayer or something and then it slowly let go. And I found out that it was my sister who was trying to kill me. But that's much later. Mervin Pinto, thank you
That's
for your
family.
Yeah. Mervin, thank you so much. Let me just quickly go through some super chats. SKD say, hey, my name is Sagar. I have an untold concept called as Gira Ajoba. If you can let me in anytime, please do. I'll unlock my door right now. Bertel says, since no one has ever asked this, just wanted to know what's the scariest movies, TV show that everyone on our esteemed panel has watched and would suggest.
Interesting
Good
question,
one.
man.
We should, I don't know if we'll be able to answer it well enough right now on the spot, but let's make a list and come back. For me, the zombie Cloverfield movies are good, but we'll come back with ghost movies we talk about.
Zombies?
How was Cloverfield? Is it worth watching?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
The first one, though. Oh, there are. Anyway, it's a little bit common. Fair. Leonard Gilima says Saturday night plus chai plus ghost stories plus harami chat equals to perfect combination. Wonderful. I'm so glad you're enjoying yourself. 3,783. A couple of people said, fuck this, we're leaving. Yes, Suresh.
So I just come here to do only one thing because I'm a messenger boy. Shriraj Nambudri, but this is a good point that he had got. So he's saying that, maybe you can share contact details of counselors, helpline numbers for the GD in description next
For
time.
the previous, we did that.
Yeah.
We did that. We
We
tried to
did
share some
Is there?
interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's
Thank
in
you,
the chat.
Suresh, for
Yeah.
bringing that in over here. It's very nice. of
Anyway,
you.
hey, I have a couple of messages, Jose.
Do you?
No, I'm joking.
Go for it.
Just to tell you all, it's 11:30 into the night.
We have
So, guys.
our living clock. We have Cyrus. We brought you back.
The time is 11:30.
I've actually discussed this with Cyril and Suresh, like selling time checks, where you have like somebody tells the time and this time check brought to you by Durex.
Nice.
Anyway, I just want to say Ishita Sharma says need Jose to interrupt today. No, ma'am. I refuse to do that anymore. No more, because they will make fun of me. And I now Abhi nahi. So other people are yeah, good. Cyrus has left us. Cyril, lovely flexing. It reminds you of that machine you see in the gym.
I'm here just getting water.
But people would like to see that.
He said he was getting water, but in reality.
Thank you, Asim. I'm just reading out my own messages that I'm getting.
from your SMS inbox. Nishant Rajkumar says, I saw Quiet Place 2 in the theater yesterday. 10 on 10. Must watch.
Really?
Kushal.
I wonder how that'll turn out, man. I'm trying to
Kaushal.
see that movie.
Kaushal,
Did you see the exorcism of Emily Rose?
Yes, 3 times. It was beautiful.
Holy
we can discuss some series. I can really good horror.
Save it for next time, guys. Okay.
Hi, Kaushal. How are you
Hi,
doing, Kaushal?
What's up, Kaushal?
Oh my god, I'm really like
Great
I'm
lighting.
right now.
I must say, lighting kadak hai. Go for it.
You beat me in the lighting game.
Okay, so this is actually a bit of a weird story I have. There are 2 stories I will tell you. Just the first one. I was living in Pune, and right now I'm in hometown because of lockdown. And this story is from 2015. I used to work in a company there near Baner area, and we were that company was my brother's company. So what they did was they were having an office. It was in a residential apartment. So there was a room where they have set up all the computers, and there was another room where I used to sleep because it was my home company only. So I used to work there, and there were actually 4 computers. One of them was belonging to me, and other 3 was with for the other employees. So the thing was, I used to work, I love working in night. So suddenly, I'm just working, and sometimes the PC used to just turn on, just turn on. No, I didn't click on anything or something like that. It just used to turn on. And firstly, it was just one PC, then the another PC, and then this activity was continuously happening over there. And I started freaking out at that time because in night there was nobody. I just used to live there, work there, and there's just sleep to another room. And I was really really frustrated with that thing, and scared also. But I'm quite habitual of living alone, and that's why I will say I'm kind of a brave person. So I take a chill pill, hey, that might be a new ghost, and he just wanted to learn computers. So I used to just laugh at it.
Deal with it the way we deal with things. On the stream.
Was the mouse moving on its own?
Yeah, so that thing happened, and
What would be freaky is if you leaned into the PC and it was already unplugged or some shit. That would be.
Maybe somebody was hacking you, bro.
yeah, the thing was, I thought like after a few days, I started like unplugging all those computers and just keeping my computer
Shit,
plugged
it
in.
screwed your
Oh
mind
shit.
that much.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So because it was happening almost every day, and like 2-3 computers like were
So,
starting.
so let's just say
the
this:
thing,
you're sitting over
Everybody.
here. You're sitting over here, and a PC, not a
yes,
laptop, or PC like 5
no,
computers away, just switches on.
yes,
Is
yes,
that what is?
yes. Yes, like
So
there were 3 computers,
So
and
I'm
any one of them
already
just
leaving the room.
used to know. So the thing is, like this started happening, and like after a while, I told my brother, I used to call him Dadu, and also started telling this to the employees also, like, hey, this is what is happening. So, uh, and they just all said like, oh my God, that's really scary. You should do something about it. You should not leave over here, something like that. And after a few days, there was the situation where it was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Then everybody was there, and suddenly the line, like the power supply, was gone for like a brief half an hour. So everyone was waiting that okay, and the line will come back, the electricity will come back, we'll start working. And that day, electricity come back, and we were just chit chatting with each other that hey, we'll start the computer afterwards. And suddenly, one of the computers started automatically. Like that happened, and everybody was like, whoa, he's not telling a story, this is actually happening.
Right.
And like this is not a ghost, like it was not a ghost. After a while, I started dealing with it. I got to know that I used to work on a like computer which was having Windows 7 installed, and all those computers were using Windows 7.
Vista.
At that time, Windows 8 was like the latest one, but I used to hate Windows 8.
Was it a Windows update?
No.
It's a
The
bug
thing
that
is-
wakes up the PC at the end.
They were connected. Yeah.
No.
The
The
chat
thing
thinks
is,
it's Windows update.
all
Anyway,
of
continue,
those
huh?
computers were connected. There was this home group, if you remember, in Windows 7.
Yeah.
And used to share the data at the place. So what I did was, as I have to share file with other employees, I have created shortcuts in the recent tab. And whenever I used to drag a file during that, or
it would wake up
in
the other
between that
PCs.
place, it used like there was a feature in Windows which allows you to turn on a computer just through the network.
Yeah.
So I
Wake
figured
on
that
LAN.
out.
Yeah, I was coming to
because
that.
it was because of that.
Amazing.
Oh, so it was actually Wake on LAN?
Yeah.
Oh my
Wake on
God, I
LAN.
was gonna say that. Damn.
I
Kaushal, what fun to actually solve a mystery, right? Imagine if you went around that stuff forever, you'd be like
Honestly,
you'd be
that was
petrified of technology.
Eureka moment for me.
Kaushal, at least it's not freaky. I have a PC, okay, which basically is a glass cabin, and as soon as it powers up, it lights everything up. And it happened to me a couple of times where I'm just sitting in the hall, like this kind of lighting, and suddenly it just lights up. And I did think exactly like you're like, okay, someone hacking. I pulled out the LAN network, I pulled out everything. And it still would keep on doing that. But that's just the power of Windows at the end of it. But I totally get why you freaked out to wonder why these pieces totally. Next time, just throw a little water on it or some, sprinkle some.
I don't know if Cyril knows this, but when we were working at Red FM, I actually was messing around with Wake on LAN because we would be in the office late night. So I thought that there's a way to set it up where you hit a button, you can turn on all the computers on the network. So that before people can sit down, they're ready to start working. We're trying to get them to be more efficient. But if this happens to anyone else and it's not Wake on LAN, there is another thing also. Like in case the lights go off, there are these P3 power states. You can tell the computer what state to be in after the lights go off. Do you restart or stay off and stuff? But anyway, thank you for solving the mystery.
Just one minute.
Okay.
There is
Go
a
for it.
robbery in my house. I just wanted to tell you quickly about
Right
that.
now?
Yeah.
Call the police, bro.
Yes. No, not
right now?
This story is about just 1 month old. I was just watching your stream, the Ghost Night stream, and this was like 12 p.m.
And the robber was robbing your house that time.
Yeah, like the thing is, I was. That's not. Sorry about that. I used to sleep over here,
Okay.
And I was just watching the stream on my tab, and that ghost, like, this is the window, another side. That,
What are you saying, bro? And
that person actually, what he did was, like, this window is quite buggy, like this
Shit!
opens
He
up.
slid it open.
So that guy came over here, like he saw the dim lights, and he just took this off. And I was hearing this because I thought like someone is trying to open the door, and I
Right.
was literally freaking out. I
My
was
God.
thinking of finding a weapon because like someone was trying to get inside my house, and I didn't know that someone is going to come from here. I thought he is going to come from
Shit!
this
So
door.
sorry that happened to you, man.
Then he taps him and says, "Bhai, एक earphone देना मेरे को सुनने
के." मैंने हेडफोन निकाले और फिर मुझे समझ में आया कि ठीक है, आवाज इधर से आ रहा है. तो I was just looking. So this guy just opened up this and then this, and then he just
he pulled the curtains even.
Yeah,
What a
this window
considerate
curtain
guy.
started shaking up, and then I just saw him over here.
Crazy.
And I ran towards him.
Oh my
God! I'm so sorry about that. Please
Kaushal,
don't keep
you
any
have a
devices near
great,
your window.
you
by
have a
the
great
way.
sense of humor, bro. That would freak a lot of people out.
But then did he get
You
scared?
Yeah, this like don't keep anything on the windows. And I thought this would be a great story if you said that PC that came on by itself. That guy went to take. I was like, okay, that'd be free.
Next time now, just hold your phone in front of him like that. वो भाग जाएगा. He'll be like, ghost stories, no.
No way, Kaushal. You get your.
Take care,
friend back
Kaushal. Have a good one.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Kaushal.
okay.
Thank you for
so
calling
much,
in, bro.
and really
Stay your
great
happy
guys.
self, man.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Windows
Get a guard dog by your house, man.
पगले रुलाएगा क्या?
I think the takeaway is Cyrus is like, this guy's too happy, and I'm just
I really liked him.
He's
Such
a
a
like, smiley guy.
He seemed like the kind of guy I could hang with all the time. You know?
Arey, at last, Komal.
At last.
Hello?
Oh, you know her?
Yes.
You know Komal?
Hello. Yeah.
सुरेश का side business चल रहा है.
आवाज आ रहा है.
अरे पहले इसमें you threw her out and she was almost coming in. Again she's
I
got
think
sound problem.
Suresh, hold on a second.
Please don't say threw her out. It is just a
Hold on a
button
second.
I click.
Now I know who Suresh is. Suresh is the attorney for all the people who are calling in. आपने उसको अलाउड नहीं किया अंदर. क्यों? बताओ please.
अभी कोमल जी प्लीज आपका कहानी अच्छा होना
Go for
चाहिए
it,
आगे
Komal.
बढ़िए.
यस श्योर. जस्ट मेरे को एक सेकंड दोगे, मैं डोर बंद कर रही हूँ क्योंकि आवाज बाहर नहीं जा रही.
Meanwhile, आपको बता दूं कि हरमजीत says Sunny, not the old, got a similar story to G फाटने वाली story guy. Thank you, Harmeet. We'll try. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, Jai, also, there's a piece of advice from the previous story. If you're watching this podcast right now, please do not keep any of your phones
Windows
or
and doors
tabs
open.
near your window.
Yeah, don't keep the
Close.
window open.
Who's that?
यस. तो
Welcome
मैं
back,
भी बताऊं.
कोमल. बताइए हम लोग
हाय.
सुन रहे हैं.
हाँ. ओके. तो स्टोरी ये हुई कि ये लास्ट ईयर की स्टोरी है और ये मेरे दोस्त के साथ हुई है. तो वो ना नाइट शिफ्ट करता है, तो ऑब्वियसली आईटी में तो कैब वैब प्रोवाइड करता है लेट नाइट शिफ्ट के लिए. तो उसमें से उनकी जो टीम थी उसमें से एक जो लड़की थी मेरे घर के पास ही रहती थी, तो उसको तो कैब प्रोवाइड किया था और ये जो मेरा दोस्त था वो भी कैब में था और ये लड़की भी थी. तो कैब हमारे गली में जब आ रही थी अंदर, तो वहां पे अराउंड 3 बजे सुबह के 3 बजे वहां पे 3 औरतें ब्लैक ड्रेस पहने हुए थे और सामने मतलब कुछ नींबू कटा हुआ और मतलब बहुत बड़ी आग सी जल रही थी. एंड ये तीनों औरतें टंग निकाल के मतलब तीनों सर्कल मार रहे थे. तो जब कैब ड्राइवर वाले ने देखा तो उसने सबको बोला कि वहां पे मत देखो. तो जल्दी जल्दी भगाया वहां से. फिर वहां से चले गए. तो बाद में मैंने मेरे दोस्त से पूछा कि वो कौन सी, मतलब हमारे घर के पास ही है. तो मैंने यहाँ पे हॉन्टेड प्लेस भी एक है, मतलब एक छोटा सा शमशान घाट है, वहाँ पे ऐसी एक्टिविटीज होती रहती है. तो उसने बोला कि वही शमशान घाट के पास ये कर रहे थे ब्लैक मैजिक टाइप. तो वो सुनने के बाद तो मेरी और फट गई. तो मैं तो मतलब वो रोड पे कभी जाती ही नहीं हूँ. ये एक स्टोरी थी. और एक छोटी स्टोरी है. ये हुई जब मैं 5 साल की थी और पापा का ट्रांसफर फर्स्ट आया था जम्मू में. वहाँ पे आर्मी एरिया था और वहाँ पे बहुत से मतलब पुराने क्वार्टर्स हुआ करते थे आर्मी के. और हमारा जो घर था वो जम्मू में था. तो जम्मू में जो एरिया था वहाँ पे आतंकवादियों का आना जाना भी होता रहता था. थोड़ा मतलब बहुत ज्यादा डेंजर एरिया था वो. तो वहाँ पे हम लोग रहने गए थे.
तो जो हमें पहला क्वार्टर वहाँ पे जो घर मिला था वहाँ पे, तो वहाँ पे हम लोग जब स्टे करने गए तो वहाँ पे एक बहुत बड़ा आम का पेड़ है। तो वहां से मतलब मम्मी को ऐसा लगता था कि कोई देख रहा है, क्योंकि विंडो के पास वो जो ब्रांच होता है वो भी मतलब उसको विंडो को टच करता है। तो कभी भी अगर हवा आएगी तो मतलब साउंड वाउंड भी होता है, तो और शैडो वैडो भी मूव होती रहती है पत्तों की, तो ऐसा लगता है कि कोई बैठा हुआ है। तो मम्मी को ऐसे ही लगता था। और उस टाइम पे मम्मी प्रेग्नेंट भी थे, मेरा भाई होने वाला था। तो उस टाइम पे एक रात को मम्मी विंडो के सामने ही बेड लगा के सो रहे थे। तो वहां पे एकदम से मम्मी को लगा कोई देख रहा है, और मम्मी ने जस्ट आंख खोली तो देखा तो वहां पे एक शैडो था, तो जस्ट मम्मी को ही देख रहा था। और एकदम से वो मम्मी के ऊपर आके बैठ के मतलब चोक करने लग गया मम्मी को, और मम्मी हिल नहीं पा रहे थे। तो फिर पापा भी सो रहे थे, और मतलब बेड वो सिंगल था, मम्मी के लिए था, और मैं और पापा दूसरे बेड पे सो रहे थे। तो वहां पे फिर मम्मी आवाज नहीं कर पाए, कुछ हिल भी नहीं पाए। तो मम्मी ने जस्ट आंखें बंद कर ली, ना देखा उसकी आंखों में। तो फिर आंखें बंद कर ली, बस भगवान का नाम लिया, और जैसे तैसे करके वो तो 5 मिनट ऐसे हुआ, फिर उसके बाद वो भाग गया। फिर सुबह उठने के बाद मम्मी ने आंटी को बताया, साइड में एक आंटी थी, कि यहाँ पे ऐसा मेरे साथ हुआ। तो आंटी ने बोला कि वो जो पेड़ है वहां पे किसी से एक आत्मा रहती है वहां पे, और जो घर तुम्हें मिला है उसमें ऑलरेडी एक सोल्जर ने सुसाइड किया था, आर्मी सोल्जर ने। तो फिर उसके बाद मम्मी ने बोला कि हम यहाँ से खाली कर दें, तो खाली कर दिया। फिर हम वहां पे एक और फैमिली रहने आई थी। तो जो फैमिली रहने आई उसमें से जो छोटी बच्ची थी, वो छोटी बच्ची भी सेम वहीं पे लेटी थी। उनको भी नहीं पता था, वो नए नए आए हुए थे। तो वहां पे वो बच्ची लेटी हुई थी, तो एकदम से किसी ने वो बच्ची को मतलब बेड से खींच के फेंक दिया नीचे। ये 2 बार हुआ उसके साथ, 2 नाइट को हुआ। फिर उसके बाद एक जो थर्ड नाइट थी उस पे उस दिन उसको उल्टी आने लग गई, और उसकी आंखें मतलब जो प्यूपिल होती है वो ऊपर चली गई पूरी। वाइट वाइट जो रहता है वही दिख रहा था, बस पूरी आंखें ऊपर चली गई। तो ये लोग पूरे डर गए, तो फिर कुछ पानी वानी लेकर आए, बहुत कुछ किया, फिर भी नहीं उठ रही थी वो लड़की। फिर बाद में सुबह होने तक थोड़ी ठीक हुई, बहुत हाई फीवर था, तो उन लोगों को भी बोला गया कि ये घर खाली कर दो, और इस पे ताला लगा दो, यहाँ पे कोई नहीं आना चाहिए, सेफ नहीं है किसी के लिए भी। जो पेड़ है वहां पे भी किसी ने सुसाइड किया हुआ है, वो भी पता चला बाद में। तो वहां पे अगर कोई भी बैठता है या कोई रहता है उसके साथ हमेशा बैड लक ही होता है। तो ये स्टोरीज थी जो मतलब एक्सपीरियंस की है।
कहाँ पर है थे?
ये वाला जो है ये जम्मू में है,
जम्मू
आर्मी
पे।
क्वार्टर।
पहले वाला
हाँ,
पहले वाला कहाँ पर था?
पहले
अच्छा,
वाला जो
आप अभी भी वहीं पे रहते हैं ना?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, अभी तो हम हैदराबाद में रहते हैं। हैदराबाद में है एक प्लेस है, वहां पे हुआ है ये
अच्छा,
रिसेंट वाला। तो
लास्ट
रिसेंट वाला
में
भी
सुरेश पूछेंगे कि आप पुशअप्स करते हैं, आप जिम जाते हैं?
सुरेश जी एक मैप बना रहे हैं, जो भी हमारी गोस्ट स्टोरीज है ना, सारे एड्रेसेस ये वो सब कुछ, पोस्ट ऑफिस, गूगल मैप होगा, एक टूर होगा सुरेश जी।
लाइव लोकेशंस जहाँ पे आप एक्सपीरियंस
मोस्टली
जाके कर सकते
लोकेशन
हैं।
जीपीएस
जी।
और ऊपर
वाह।
से मेरी मम्मी के जो फादर हैं वो एक वो है, क्या बोलते हैं, भूत भगाने वाले जो करते हैं ना काम, वो मतलब
एग्जॉर्सिस्ट।
उसमें
एक्सोर्सिज्म।
हाँ, तो वो सारे काम करते हैं। तो मम्मी को बचपन से ही ये सब दिखते हैं एक्चुअली, मतलब नया नहीं है, पहले से ही इस मम्मी को मतलब ये सब सारी चीजें दिखती हैं। तो ये 2 स्टोरीज थी।
तो
एंड थैंक
कोमल,
यू सो मच। हाँ।
ये जो भूत भगाते हैं, ये जो एग्जॉर्सिस्ट होते हैं, वो भी एक प्रॉपर प्रोफेशन होता है, करेक्ट? तो मतलब
करेक्ट।
उनके लिए क्या होता है कि वो सुबह नाश्ता करते हैं और फिर क्या मतलब एक सूटकेस लेके कहते हैं चलो मैं जा रहा हूँ आत्मा भगाने, दो दो यूरोपियन गोस्ट हैं, एक इंडियन टाइप का, एक पंजाबी गोस्ट थप्पड़ मार रहा है, ऐसे होता है?
नहीं नहीं, ऐसे नहीं होता है। मतलब एक्चुअली मेरे जो मम्मी के जो
Interesting.
दादा थे वो थे प्रॉपर इस प्रोफेशन में। बट जब वो मर गए तो ऑब्वियसली ये जो प्रोफेशन है तो छोड़ नहीं सकते, मतलब ये पास ऑन किया जाता है। तो
Correct.
तो इनकी आत्मा जो भटकने लग रही थी, तो फिर मेरे जो नाना हैं उनको सपने में आके इन्होंने कहा कि मैं यहाँ रहना चाहती हूँ, और मैं चाहता हूँ कि तुम ये प्रोफेशन प्रैक्टिस करो।
ठीक है।
क्योंकि मेरे नाना जी ने उनकी बहुत सेवा करी थी जब वो जिंदा थे, मतलब बहुत रिस्पेक्ट से उनको देखा था। तो उन्होंने फिर सोचा कि ठीक है मैं ये प्रोफेशन ले लेता हूँ। तो मतलब किसी को भी ऐसे भूत प्रेत का जो भी होता है तो वो करते हैं, और पूजा पाठ भी करवा देते हैं वहां पे।
ओके, थैंक्स कोमल।
कोमल,
नो
थैंक यू सो
प्रॉब्लम।
मच।
थैंक यू सो मच मेरे को ऐड करने
Thank
के लिए।
नहीं कोमल, 10 on 10
That's
for narration. Just
Alright,
very
well,
Yeah.
crisp and tight.
We are
Yeah.
about to wrap up the stream. In case anybody on the panel wanted to know, we are. And Balesh,
The 11
somebody
time
named
is
Balesh brother here.
11:46.
And we're going to end with Cyrus's final story, by the way.
Oh
guys.
no,
Yes,
not now.
yes.
Now next time I'll tell you my horror. It's too long. It's too creepy.
Oh,
Hey, Balesh's brother.
we
This is
planned this
Balesh.
actually. I don't know. Let's see. We planned this, me and Cyrus.
Oh.
We said at the end we'll leave cliffhangers. Ki next time I'll tell you. Next time.
You know
So people
Ankur
will come
Tiwari,
back.
na, the musician.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You know what happened to him in the mountains?
No.
Are you going to tell us next time?
I'll tell you now.
Balesh,
I'll tell
are
you-
you there?
If Balesh is busy, then I won't tell you.
Balesh's brother.
Balesh's brother. हम लोग क्या
Balesh.
उल्लू लगता है थोड़ा बहुत हम लोग बिलीव भी करते हैं if you're doing a ghost
Balesh.
story.
What happened to Balesh? Wasn't he on the stream?
चले गया
He
चले
was,
गया.
he disappeared. Anyway,
तो उसने मैसेज भी नहीं भेजा.
somebody took the effort to write their name as Balesh brother and then they're not saying anything. इधर
What a
आने
guy.
के बाद.
Then should I tell you Tiwari's story?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm always eating. It's disgusting, but
No,
I
वो
just need
mahal
to eat
बनता
so-
है. Looks like we're all
I'm just
eating at the
gonna-
dinner
I'm
table.
gonna adjust my headphones if it ends with a.
Yeah, I'm going to stand behind over here in case the Hababubi comes at me like.
No, this is a
Yeah.
this is a simple story, guys, but told to me by my very close friend Ankur Tiwari, who's a musician. Please check his stuff out.
His new song is.
Beautiful, yeah.
Choreographer story you're not getting into today. That's for
Yeah, I can. It's
No, but
quite
Ankur Tiwari's
unnerving.
come out
It's
now.
unnerving.
Okay.
The choreographer story is quite
Next
long,
time.
and I need to show
Are we
you
allowed
something.
to mess with you and like make fun of stuff
No.
and all in between? Just checking.
Yeah. अरे कुछ नहीं यार. Basically, they were staying at a house. Apparently, there were these 3-4 people staying at this house. Every time someone would go out into the open terrace, I think it was in Rajasthan, dude, they would feel a stinging, piercing hit on the back of the head, almost like a nail being drilled into your skull. Talk.
Shit.
And this guy would touch the back of his head, and sometimes this guy found a little drop of blood in this house.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking deep into Cyrus's eyes and he's smiling while telling the story. I'm sorry.
He's also going. I'm like, okay, he's relishing what he's eating.
No,
And
let
so
him
I'm like,
go. Rather you get complaints, huh? Don't fuck with Cyrus, yeah.
Then this happened again, guys, repeatedly. And it happened once to Ankur's friend, one more time. And it became a really haunting situation where they wanted to get out of this damn house because it was called a Tapli ghost. It was like a spirit that almost would come and hit people on the back of the head. Some of them had real bruises.
Tapli ghost, holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
man. It was
hilarious.
really unnerving.
Again, Rajasthan.
Genres of ghosts.
One friend, one night, said, listen, we need to figure this shit out, right? I'm going to put a couple of cameras up. I'm going to check what the hell's happening. I want to see what happens. So one guy goes there and stands. He's standing over there. There is no faith on me in my story.
No.
Everyone's moving back and all.
I'm anticipating.
It's an amazing story. It's an amazing story.
Yeah.
And again, this guy feels a huge tup on his head. They don't find anything. They start replaying the footage. This guy plays one or two cameras. He got nothing. Next day morning, this guy comes back and says, bro, I had put my phone in the corner. Here's what happened. It was a bird. It was an owl that had its nest on the ceiling, and it would get nervous and would swoop down so fast and snack someone on the back of the head and fly back. And it freaked out the whole thing. The house was going to get sold. And it was just a possessive mother.
I wish
And-
I had known this was going to be an owl story. I would have asked you to narrate the whole thing as David Attenborough.
This is a story set in Rajasthan.
Hey, okay, now.
But how freaky is that story, dude?
Yeah, dude,
That's freaky.
I mean, imagine if you lived your whole life
Thinking
with that
it's a
fear.
ghost.
Yeah.
Why is my curtain moving like that? It never
Hysterical.
moved if I didn't make it move. Look behind.
Oh, Suresh,
Dude.
which
Both
leg are
hands
you
are here.
using?
No, that's freaking me out.
But where's your other hand, Suresh?
Wait.
Saul brought a completely different vibe.
Yeah, wow. But so let me tell you, and I'll defend you because I know Hoezaay tends to interrupt you and say a lot of these things.
I'm
at the
sorry.
end.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sorry.
But I'll tell you what he's doing. He's overcompensating for the fear.
Yeah.
That's what we normally do as humans. You
Yeah,
overcompensate
yeah.
for the fear.
He's a
So,
giggler. Hmm.
He's a giggler. He's like,
I agree. I am the giggler.
Yeah. But does it play on your mind, this shit? Does this mess you up? You know why I mentioned the owl story? Because there's a documentary I saw, I think it was on Netflix. I can't figure it out. which is about a guy who went to prison for apparently killing his wife, the writer. He was a writer who went to prison to killing his wife. And one whole theory is that she just fell down the stairs and died. And he was the only other person in the house. And there was another neighbor who reported one day before and also on the same day or something like that there was an owl attacking people and hitting them on the head. And apparently it saw her go up the stairs and thought it was attacking their baby, knocked her out, and she fell down the stairs. There was no other evidence to place this guy.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, dude, don't
Insane.
fuck with owls.
Insane. Anyway, so it's
Yeah,
now
that's
time
it, guys.
for our final story of the night.
I don't
Oh
think
my
he knows
God.
he's on the
Oh,
podcast.
That is scary, huh?
Oh my
If he
God.
turns around, his head just goes.
Jose Bhagwan teri umar
What
badha.
if it's just only a head?
dramatic. क्या style है यार.
बॉस क्या बात है चमक को
So
बिजली गिराओ
He's like, where the fuck am I?
Hello?
क्या entry है? क्या entry है?
Hey,
क्या
yeah.
बात है हैं?
I'm so sorry. Just a minute.
अबे सॉरी कहाँ मुझे लगा ये
This is
भाग
live
गया.
podcast. हम कुछ नहीं कर रहे
He's
अभी.
putting his pants on.
We always good boxers.
Yeah, hi guys. Hi.
ब्रदर क्या एंट्री थी मजा आ गया.
My God. Hi. First of all, I'm really nervous.
Was that intentional? Did you?
I'm a big fan, guys. I was not expecting you guys to take in any other
Oh,
entries.
we
I
thought it
just-
was intentional. हमें लगा कि तुमने ये पूरा प्लान किया हुआ है कि तुम्हारी सीट पुराने 70s के
Yeah.
लोगों
Like,
Dawn. You thought.
Last में वो हाथ निकालेगा. Anyway, go for it. Brother, take a breath. आराम से आपको whichever language you're comfortable in, go for it and tell us your story.
This is a story about a family who used to stay in just a minute. In Burari.
He's getting
So
rid of the
Burari is basically this really a small place in East Delhi. So East Delhi में you must have seen घर कैसे होते हैं, एकदम सटीक होते हैं, एकदम चिपके हुए रहते हैं कि अगर एक दीवार तोड़ दोगे तो दूसरे घर में एंट्री हो जाएगी. तो वहां पर ही हुआ था कि मैक्सिमम दो स्टोरी रहते हैं वहां पर घर मैक्सिमम. तो उधर 11 लोगों ने एक साथ सुसाइड कर लिया था एक ही टाइम में रात के 1 बजे करीब. तो इन लोगों का क्या था, इन लोगों का बिजनेस था, डेयरी रिलेटेड बिजनेस था वहां पर. तो उस दिन क्या अगले दिन जिस दिन उन्होंने एक रात में सुसाइड किया था, अगले दिन क्या होता है कि वो शॉप खुलती नहीं उनकी, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स फॉर ऑब्वियस रीजन. तो शॉप खुलती नहीं है, तो फिर वहां पर जो कस्टमर थे, नेबर्स थे, फिर वो लोग हो जाते कि क्या हो गया, कोई दिक्कत होगी. तो दे स्टार्ट going towards their house कि क्या हुआ है. So like 5-10 people, they go towards their house. They go to the first floor. उनका दरवाजा खुला हुआ था.
This was all over the news. Is this the same
this
story
was
about
really,
the family that was apparently told by spirits or something? It's the
exactly.
same one, no?
Yeah.
This was not too long ago. A few years ago.
This is like three years back.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you. Yeah.
So उनका डोर खुला हुआ था, और फिर जब वो अंदर जाते हैं तो वहां पर देखते हैं कि 11 people they hanging from the ceiling. So the police are called, proper investigation होती है. Initially ये बोल रहे थे कि मर्डर हो सकता है, लेकिन of course कुछ ऐसा नहीं था कि घर से लिया गया था. There's no really a great sign of a break-in. कुछ ऐसा था नहीं खास. So मतलब फिर ऑटोप्सी के लिए वो सब बॉडीज गई, वहां पर मिला कि दिस वाज अ सुसाइड. सो जो इनिशियल रीजन था वो जब फिर फर्दर जब इन्वेस्टिगेशन गई, चीजें ढूंढी घर में क्या थी. सो देयर वाज दिस डायरी, दिस ब्राउन कलर डायरी. सो इन दैट डायरी देयर वर लाइक रिचुअल्स, प्रॉपर रिचुअल्स थे कि जैसे अगर आप अपनी आंख को और मुंह को ढककर if you hang yourself, then apparently you achieve nirvana, which is basically moksha. So moksha या फिर mukti. So mukti is basically when your soul departs and it merges into a bigger quantity. Maybe you can consider it to be a god or maybe a source of light, whatever your beliefs are. So that is what mukti is. And बहुत cult related चीजें थी उनके घर में. So this actually goes like 10-12 years back. पहले जाती है जहां पर the entire head of the family, which was the granddad of those children, his name was Gopal Das or Dutt, I'm not really sure about the surname. So he actually died, and after few days of his death, the eldest son, which was Lalit,
he starts behaving really, his behavior changed throughout. He started giving, disciplinary related lessons to his children, because he actually inherited all that stuff from his father. He was in the army. So what he used to do was he used to tell people, मतलब जो भी थे 11 लोग, कि तुम लोग जाओ हॉल में खड़े हो, straight खड़े हो, ताकि your mental strength increases. And he also became really spiritual और superstitious, to be honest. Superstitious हो गए थे कि जैसे एक उनकी जो बेटी थी, उनकी शादी नहीं हो रही थी. So used to, उन्होंने कहा था कि of course कि पेड़ से शादी कर लो, और फिर बहुत सारे मंत्रोच्चार हुआ, फिर apparently शादी हो गई उनकी within a span of really short span. शादी हो गई, फिर people started to recognize कि हाँ he actually, मतलब जो भी अभी तक हो रहा है, it actually makes sense. Maybe they started believing in what he was actually trying to, actually prove with all that stuff. So फिर उसके 3-4 साल बाद क्या होता है कि he actually owns a shop in which मतलब furniture related shop था, और उनके बैक पे बहुत बड़ा wooden plank गिर जाता है, and he loses his ability to speak. And then they go find doctors, they consult many doctors कि कुछ हो सके या नहीं हो सके, because he was really important for that family. अगर वो ना होता तो he actually solved many of those financial related problems of the family. So they go and consult doctors just कुछ नहीं हो सकता, he has to live with this. लेकिन 3-4 महीने बाद he starts to regain his voice, his ability to speak. And people like, how is this even possible? So and within a span of weeks he was able to do it. मतलब quickly सारी आवाज वापस आ गई, सब back to normal. And then he justifies this कि मेरे सपने में मेरे father आए थे, and he actually helped me with all this stuff. And then in 2017, this was the entire story, entire gist of this was actually written in the diary. Really concise way. Of course बहुत सारा मसाला लगाया इस पे, और फिर story गई. So 2017 में he starts to discuss this thing कि if we all gather in the hall and commit suicide by following all that proper stuff, we'll be able to meet Gopal, his father, their father or their grandfather, and he'll help them get mukti and get moksha. So apparently वो इतने involved हो गए थे पूरे family वाले कि they couldn't resist. And the most mind blowing fact about the entire thing is, वो जो घर होते थे ना उनके, वो घर की जो wall थी, वो wall के बाहर 11 pipes थे, and जो उनका main gate था उस पे 11 rods थी. I mean, of course you must have seen the pattern by now. So yeah, that was the entire story about this. Yeah.
Dude, that case is a really unnerving and freaky case, man.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
They believe that the souls will go out from those pipes and all that stuff. I was just reading up when you were talking about it. So
that was like a news update. Really nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Also,
in 2011.
So 2018, why?
Yeah, it was like 3 years from now.
Yeah, and the whole family was convinced that they're gonna find nirvana. It's something doesn't make sense in that story, man. It's just such a weird story. There's something that we don't know fully of.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for sharing.
Anyway, bro, thank you, man.
Thank you for
so much.
Me, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers, brother. Look after yourself, man.
Yeah.
Wow. When many people come together and do strange things, it's just freaky like this. What's happening right here also.
Yeah. I just want to say that there's the 4 of us, three of you, actually. There's so much of love because we just talked a very dark story and it ends with, hey guys, you just stay we have to say cheers, man. Hey, take care, bro. Lots of love. Yeah, have fun. You just narrated a dark story.
I don't want you to not have fun after this stream.
But it also, I feel like during this lockdown and shit, it's like beautiful. It's beautiful to see people in their homes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's like I haven't experienced that in a long time, man. I haven't just communicated. Otherwise, on live events and all, how much we meet people, just chat
and you want to leave immediately.
Fucking chat. I chat. Bro, sometimes I have 10-minute chats with random people. I don't know.
I stay back.
And they're like, sir, we're trying to leave the event. Can you please?
The only times I have to finish and not party around with the clients was when Hoezaay or Sajid were there with me.
No, Suresh always stays. Suresh has a chat.
I love
This
it.
is a fake story.
Yeah.
I've never attended any parties in my life.
You don't. I mean, I'm talking the shows, man.
For me, it's almost like in life, like we all are collecting stories. तो अगर कहीं ना कहीं से कुछ interesting मिल जाए, but मेरी memory बहुत बकवास हो गई है यार, bro. I wish I had like eidetic memory with stories. People have told me amazing things, but I remember 20%. That's my problem.
But you get muddled right now. I think it's all gray now. That's
Before we have a self introspection, 2 minutes after the stream. This stream is done. Atharva says 1001 ka shagun Champions League final ke liye proxy, please. Love you guys. Thank you everybody who's been in the Harami chat. To the almost 4,000 people, I don't want to say 3731. I like the 4,000 number. It's very nice. Don't forget to hit like if you have not. You know what to do. Kitna explain karne ka? You watch other YouTube videos. So so as we're leaving, we're trying to learn more as we go along, right? So we're going to try to give you 8 minutes for your ghost story maximum. If you can complete it shorter, great. And 20 minutes for praising the panelists, because there have been a lot of panelists and lots of different things to say. So that's allowed. That's totally allowed. Cyrus, you're going to have to redeem yourself with a real-ish ghost story. The Hababubi. The Hababubi story was good. I enjoyed it. It added to the vibe. I agree.
See, Gopal's story, I told you I told you the owl story, guys. The owl
it's
story.
better than other stories, no doubt.
And I can show you Gopal's story, but it's not a horror story, but I need to enact it.
I've never heard anybody say Tapli Ghost in my life.
Definitely. The Tapli Ghost was a good one.
Dude, imagine this. Yeah, this is tales that play with your mind.
And did anyone go on the test and shout out who's there?
The last story, you know what? The show began. Hoezaay's hairband was here. It has come on to. I think it'll be in his mouth by the end of the stream.
I don't have the energy to put my hands up and just move them. I'm just leaving them like that. I'm like, whatever. Anyway, great stream, guys. Thank you everybody who joined us. Really fun. Can I show you guys something cool? Which is I'll be posting.
That's all we have, Go. Thank you. Good night.
Shit. Please.
We've forgotten our lives and are dying to know what you're doing.
Hoezaay, you're like that auntie, but saying, okay, we're going by. You're like,
you know what? Can I say something? My daughter was like, hey, you should show people what has arrived today. And I was like, I must do it with Suresh, Cyrus, and who else? Cyril. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. You guys, this is as much yours as it is mine. This arrived shortly.
Oh my god!
It's a box with a note inside that says, "Can you please fucking stop me putting stuff on YouTube?" I'm not sure.
Congratulations, Hoezaay! Wow,
so, brother!
Thank you for the. Cyril really fake excitement. Cyril, I already messaged him about this. He's like, "Wow, it's in there."
No, that's beautiful. You guys actually. I'm so happy because you guys actually do so much fucking amazing shit on the podcast and the chats, and it is true, bro. It's gotten me through a lot of like I have very little like I'm as a creative person, I'm not a fan of everybody, but some of the stuff you guys doing is so fucking amazing that it really helps through rough days, man. Well
group
done,
hug,
guys.
Group hug. Come, everybody.
No, hug. I'll do the finger.
Okay, finger thing for you. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to tokify that like. Also, very important. Go into the description. Please send love to the people who've been making this amazing artwork. I can't wait for next week. Not for the stream really, but to show you next week's artwork. Someone actually did a Rick and Morty adaptation of all of us.
It was so good.
I can't wait for you to see how he's drawn Harami chat. It is the funniest shit. He made me Morty, bro. Insanely funny. Very, very funny.
It's beautiful.
Big round of applause to Cyrus Sahukar, Cyril Suresh Menon, Harami chat.
Hoezaay and the Harami chat.
Jump into the description, please.
And the mods.
On this note, I just want to ask you, in that cage behind, there seems to be like a little black figure.
Fuck. Yes.
What is that black figure exactly? It looks creepy.
It is fucking creepy.
It looks like
it just looks very creepy. Got my attention. I was like,
you want to see it?
No, it's actually I'm not ready.
Hey, can you hear that, guys?